Brand inspired by and created for those who unabashedly seek, speak, and live in truth. Nakore is the African Adinkra symbol for truthfulness, and the clothes speak truth in all its forms with the ultimate aim of love and justice. If you're down to expand the culture, break barriers, and eradicate injustice wherever you find it, then Nakore Apparel is the brand for you. Go to NakoreApparel.com. That's Nokore Apparel.com.
Nakore, apparel for truth tellers.
You are now tuned in to the Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts Podcast.
Hold on, we up, but hold on one second. Let me get to Audacity and hit record to make sure we good to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me turn that down a little bit. Let me make sure. We'll test it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we good to go. Let's go.
Good to go.
Yo, this is DJ Brainstorm on the mic with you right now, coming to you live and direct. Episode number 378 of the Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts Podcast. The DMST podcast is back. Thank you to everybody tuning in on YouTube and Facebook right now, the Duo podcast, and everybody tuning in throughout the week on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, the TuneIn Radio app, no whooshka.
No whooshka. None.
Anywhere, wherever, however you get your podcast, we want to thank y'all for tuning in this week. Back after 2 weeks off. So it's been 3 weeks since we did a show. Playboy, how you feeling?
Feeling great, man. Playboy the DJ, Playboy DADJ. Another show, another week, man. Let's get it. Special week.
Dev, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. I'm glad to be back, you know. I'm glad to have some fun today, you know. Talk some ish on this Easter Sunday.
He has risen.
He has risen. I got something to say about that, but we'll talk.
Ah, shit. I'm not co-signing none of it. I'm not.
All I'm saying.
This sounds like it's in the same vein of Harriet Tubman didn't walk.
Y'all know Harriet ain't walk from North Carolina, but listen.
She ran.
She ran so we could walk.
All I'm saying is I agree with a lot of stuff. I believe a lot of the stories. But we didn't watch enough Unsolved Mysteries to know.
Man, come on, man.
People be getting bodies. No, what I'm saying is, how many times we done seen the body get tossed somewhere? Come on, man. The disciples that came, move that rock, and carry homeboy up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Can we just admit that? We got DNA now in 2024. We had DNA back then.
Right.
Come on, man.
I can't do this with you.
Come on.
I can't do this with you.
So the rock just moved and he just moonwalked on up out of there. Okay.
I can't do this with you.
I'm not, if you say so.
I'm not doing this with you.
How many stories have we seen?
He has risen. He has risen.
Oh my goodness!
About to help his homies. Somebody grab an ankle. Stick your finger through that hole and pick him up, and let's get him up out of here.
Oh my!
Y'all not gonna take. Y'all wasn't gonna take my Jesus. If I was one of the 12, we was going to get homie tonight, cuz. We held it around the circle in our sandals and our ankle length dresses that we used to wear back in the day. Like y'all think y'all just gonna let them kill our homie like that up on that cross?
All I can hear is, homie, what movie is it? You acting like a little bitch right now. All I hear is you acting like a little bitch right now.
You bitch right now.
Nigga just shot your cousin. You just shot your cousin.
We going to ride.
And you ain't gonna do nothing right now?
Oh, y'all niggas
But not me. Not me. What movie is that? Menace?
Yeah. You sound like a real bitch right now. Y'all niggas don't sound like the 12 disciples right now, cuz. We going to ride for our nigga, cuz.
What you on, cuz?
What you on, cuz? Nigga, WW, what would Jesus do, cuz?
Oh, I'm done. And if the power goes out right now, if all that shit go out right now, this needs to go out on video, this whole opening, but if the power go out right now, y'all understand it's all Dev and Playboy's fault.
Playboy, to put it on you.
Now I got the hiccups, nigga. Nigga said WWJ, what would Jesus?
They doing up the west side.
What would Jesus do? Home? You know what I'm saying?
Feet out like this, like on the West Coast shit.
Can you imagine a nigga? Can you imagine a nigga Kurt walking in some sandals?
You know what I'm saying?
Some Jesus sandals.
I ain't about to let him kill my homie, cuz. That's on the blood. They ain't got to get it back in blood, cuz.
Oh,
you
man.
like they did.
Oh,
Yo, that's
Jacob,
crazy.
whatever one of them niggas' names was.
Just said Jacob.
Whatever one of them niggas. You other niggas have biblical names.
oh yeah.
Hezekiah, they did get it in blood, cuz.
Yeah.
By the way, cuz we riding down on Judas tonight.
Move the rock, nigga. Move the rock, cuz. Push, nigga.
Where's scary at?
Remember, what was that from? Was that Boys in the Hood? Nigga, bust. They like push, nigga.
Oh man.
Oh, shit.
That is hilarious.
I'm not fucking with. Yes, Deidre, they are going to hell. They are. They are.
man.
I'm not. They are.
I'm just saying, more likely than not, his homies rolled for him and went and picked him up.
Oh man.
Like, the same way more likely than not, somebody knocked up Jesus' mama. You know what I'm saying? More like, we know, we got DNA. We got paternity court now. You know what I'm saying? I watched the episode the other day. You don't get pregnant by ghosts, man.
Oh man.
It takes semen and an egg to create babies.
Oh man.
So again, he has risen.
He has risen by the help of his homies.
I'm fighting between it's two titles to the show already in the first
I got
2
the
minutes.
hiccups.
We fight for our lives already.
Yeah.
Oh man. But shout out. Y'all doing anything special? Y'all
Not at all.
Nah.
I've been
I
was
cooked
at home
the other
chilling.
day. I cooked the other day, so we just doing.
And if anybody laughed at these niggas, y'all going to hell too.
Oh man.
Y'all going to hell too.
What would Jesus do? Is crazy.
That might be the name of the show.
Oh man. I was just thinking about it earlier. I said, "Ooh, boy, we believe some shit in this world." Boy.
I mean, that's what faith is, though.
That
We
is
keep
true.
saying
No,
that
you're
all the
right.
time.
No,
That's
you're
what
right.
faith
You're right.
is.
You're right.
I think the Bible say faith is the expectation or the belief in things unseen. I think
Yep.
it is. Or what, I can't remember the actual
Yeah, you're
scripture,
right.
but I know that's what it is. So
You know what's so crazy?
that's
though?
what it is.
My father used to always say, "How can you believe in something you ain't never seen before?" He used to always say that to me. I used to always question that when I was a kid. But like you said, you gotta walk by faith, man.
Yeah.
Faith is also the belief in things unseen or the comprehension of something without seeing it. This the King James play for the Los Angeles Lakers version.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They always get you.
That's from.
There we go. Here it is.
That's from
Faith
Ring.
is the confidence of things
Yeah.
hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. That's what I was looking for.
That's that LeBron James version.
These niggas talking about some.
Ring
by the
4,
way,
chapter 23.
Dev is on a roll. Nigga said the LeBron King James version.
Yeah, Ring 4, year 21, chapter 23.
Because I'm like, or things not seen. We're like, what? What are you talking about?
But speaking of Bron, it was a good interview this week on last week on Breakfast Club with Mav and
I didn't
the
watch that
other
one.
dude
Yeah,
that's
I
on the
watched
show with the shop. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah,
That was a really good interview.
The
honestly,
light-skinned
it was.
dude.
Yeah, that was a good interview. I'm not fucking with y'all.
Oh man. All right, let's get. That's just.
Hold on.
It's been on.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
What?
Dev, you ain't even on the screen right now.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, I put the main camera. I'm sorry, y'all. I went to main camera. There you go. I'm
Deidre that
back.
said it. She said, see, that's
Got it.
She said, apologize to the Lord, Dev.
I'm sorry. Back though, cuz. I'm back, baby.
Oh, that's terrible, man.
I sure did hit main camera and not direct one.
That's terrible. Playboy, how was your week? How or
Weeks.
or do I want to say what's been going on in your world in the past couple of weeks? I wasn't even paying attention. I looked right at it. I was looking at the comments. I ain't even pay attention to it.
Not much, man. I just been trying to figure out a few things, man. They are starting to do a few things at my job. That is kind of questionable. Not that it affects my position, but you can kind of see a lot of micromanaging and things starting to take place. So there's been a lot of talk. Oh, I walked into work last Thursday and had to break up a fight. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, it's crazy. Now I got a
Grown man fighting.
Yeah, now it's a whole situation because I was present. Then I got to go have a meeting with the president. I got to be a witness and speak on. And I'm cool with both the people, so I don't want to say. But at the end of the day, I'm a grown ass man, dog. Grown ass man.
Get fired, brother. That's on you. You shouldn't have been here fighting.
Yeah, I tell the truth about what I seen and what happened, man. So that's coming up this week. But other than that, man, it's been slow motion, man. Trying to get everything together, man, and just preparing for this pod and R&B, man.
Yes, sir.
Saturday, man. That's what I'm ready for, man. Pod and R&B, baby.
All right, Dev, what's been going on in your world in the last 2 to 3 weeks?
I talked about it about a month and some change ago. With the they stole my whip, got it back, got it fixed, and then traded it in and got a new car.
See, look at God.
Nigga had to cut, you know.
Look at God. Look at God. That's what me and my homie showed up for.
Now,
you showed up for him.
Now,
you showed up and got him about that jam.
Now you've been sitting here talking shit.
No, I believe in all the stories.
If you got 4 flats when we go outside.
I believe in all the stories. I just think his homies got him.
Right.
But that's it. But no, they I was able to get a new car, so that's huge. Yeah. Speaking of work stuff though.
Yeah.
I'm I don't want to. Did we talk about it earlier this year? There were some things that transpired with some of the people higher up in the ranks. Maybe they was on TV, Marion Barry-esque type stuff, where they came to the hotel room and got them. I didn't tell you about that.
I don't think so. Oh, you talking about with the school stuff?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So it's moving kind of.
Oh, okay.
Different. You know, when things like that happen, you want to make sure nothing like that happens again.
Right.
At times things may fall. When you're in self-preservation mode, some things may fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
So I am currently possibly, interested in
a position that may come available.
Yeah, at an institution that may not have those same things hovering above them. You know what I'm saying? So, kind of keeping my options open right now.
Yeah.
A couple meetings set up. But shout out to them. Hopefully everything works out well in the future.
Hope you ain't got to move no rocks from in front of no doors to get in the building.
But if I do,
I'll be here, cuz. I'll be here, cuz.
What would Brainstorm do? But no, just winding down this school year, man. Getting ready to start spring ball with Warrensville, man. Head up there tomorrow to meet with a few of the old linemen and some of the players or whatever. Really ain't been able to tap in with them that much, but it's about to get going. It's about to be real for about the next 6 months. So, other than that, man, just been kind of living.
Yeah.
We've done our test. Let's talk to the world. Let's tell the people the truth real quick about life. 'Cause sometimes we'll crip walk like we for Jesus around it. You know
Crip
what
walk
I'm
for
saying?
Jesus.
But hopefully, God willing, knock on wood, pray to God, everything, continues to go the way it goes. Like, I don't know how y'all's life is set up, but for us, we go from like Christmas to Leah's birthday to Valentine's Day to Mackenzie's birthday, and tomorrow's my birthday.
Right.
All before April 1st.
Well, we're going to say happy birthday now because I'll forget by next time.
So the beginning of years are motherfuckers. Not that you don't have the means to make it shake.
Right.
It's just a lot of things to make shake at the beginning of the end of the year, going into the beginning of the year, before you kind of get a reprieve. And we going to to Cabo. Is it Cabo? She'll correct me if I'm wrong.
Cabo.
I think it's Cabo. In June, but had to like make sure that was taken care of around everybody's birthday. It's just I don't know who else, testimony for people because everybody's trying to act like online they everything perfect. Sometimes you be going through those not necessarily storms, but those periods in life where you got finances coming in, but you got obligations that you got to take care of with those finances. And then little things pop up. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. My daughter be 18 in September. So
she's graduating.
She graduates next year.
Oh, so she's got one more year.
Yeah, she still got one more year. She turns 18 early, so she's a junior now. She got a
just
junior
like
now.
me. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
To me.
So she when I switch jobs or whatever, I pay my just up. You know what I'm saying? I pay. I switch jobs, and sometimes maybe they'll go a check or two without taking something out. And then
but they gonna catch up.
No, they'll just tack it on and let's say you got to pay a certain amount. I don't know. I'm just pulling the number out the air. $320 now you got to pay $335 until it's paid. You know what I'm saying? Like that's because it comes out directly. So, but I'm getting a passport to go out of the country, and they like It's not a crazy amount. It's like $400 because it's added up over time from switching jobs and. First check, second check, nothing coming out, then tacking it on to the end. And so you go through stuff where you paying stuff and you're like, boom, you got to do that. Now you got to do something else. You know what I'm saying? But just like, I just don't want people to we got to, I hate the normalize word, but we got to normalize hurdles. Everybody got them. Everybody got shit that blindsided them to come out of nowhere.
Right.
That you have to take care of. Nigga, you already paid $6,000 for a trip. So you can't be like, oh, fuck that, I can't. You got to pay it.
Yeah.
Because without it, you don't get your passport renewed. And you just wasted $6,000. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody, we got to, in order to progress as a people, I know this sound, I've been watching a lot of that kind of shit, so let me just try to get out this mode, I guess. I think part of it, we got to come together and be honest about struggles. We're blatantly honest about triumphs. We are explicitly honest about triumphs. We'll post 400 wedding pictures.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I ain't trying to cut you. I'm going to let you get right back to it. Can you understand now why in the midst of these years, in my worst times, I was so vocal about what I'm going through? This is the reason. Because I could easily just say all the good shit that didn't happen to me. But this life, nigga, it's stuff that you go, like, bro, it's been a whirlwind with a lot of shit. But go ahead and finish. I got you.
Yeah, so I mean that's really it. I mean those everybody probably got those. When you buy a new house, when you had those situations where you got to weather the storm. Like we were sitting around talking about it today. Come mid-April, we'll be the sheer amount of money that was going out each month is. You want to talk about ducking your head and like hiding from in a little bit of shame? Like I know. I shouldn't be complaining about nothing in life because the amount of money we shelling out for amenities or for a luxury is a lot when people are struggling.
Right.
But we finally got to a point where like mid this month or April, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's all about perspective in a sense. So we went to the grocery store yesterday and, you walk out the grocery store and it's like, yo, we ain't get this or whatever. And, you count money, but it's like, we were literally getting in the grocery store, in the car yesterday after the store and just being like, yeah, but, and I told Cordeisha, I'm like, but lucky for us, we're not in the position where we're making decisions of I'm going to either eat or.
Ain't no
or. Or enter whatever you got to enter.
It's what are we going to eat?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's most cost effective.
Now, it's shitty that we still paying these prices, but we're not making a decision eat or. So we got to be thankful in that sense.
It's also this is a hell of a conversation. Heck, I'm sorry.
I didn't get to speak about my weeks yet.
My bad. My fault. We've been off for a minute. This 3 weeks worth.
Well, I said we're going to talk today. Yeah.
No, this is
But you're right though.
No, but like this is a heck of a thing to talk about on the Resurrection Sunday.
He's been risen.
Part of it is a lot of these inflation prices are going to force us to think differently. Do you really need a porterhouse? I'm asking this on a Resurrection Sunday.
I'm a steak person, so yeah.
I
don't ever cook that one. I cook ribeye.
Do we really need the $27 steak?
Yeah.
Or should we purchase the $15 steak?
Yeah.
Like, do we really need it? And it's gonna start asking you some moral questions because you can't go into the store gluttonous no more.
Yeah.
Right.
And just pulling shit off the shelves.
Yeah.
But the truth is, that's how we should operate anyway.
Yeah.
But we've gotten so used to operating in an era of gluttonous.
And a space of greed and gluttony.
Woo!
Yeah.
And then now that we can't, or we go in and we're like, damn, we only got this much for $50. Because is it food? Are you gonna eat?
You know how much?
Are you gonna be full when you're done?
You know how much I be saying at home, like, yo, it's food, and I'm like, I'm not saying we at the food bank. We far from that. But I'm just saying it's just like, but it's just sometimes I think we just lose sight.
Yes.
You know, because maybe before we would have just been grabbing. I just got a taste. I got a hankering for some whatever chips. So I'm just gonna get this. I'm just gonna go get it or whatever. Now you just at the store like, yo, we literally make our grocery list of what we gonna cook.
Mm-hmm. Same
now,
thing.
I mean, but it's like, do we get some extra stuff sometimes? Yeah, we do. But it's like we get what we need first, and then be like, okay, all right, now let's go ahead and handle some of the other shit or whatever. But like you said, because of the glutton part, we would go grab. You might a couple years ago just go grab a $27 steak just because you just wanted to have it. You want it.
And the thing about, and this is literally thoughts in my head, and I'm judging absolutely nobody, especially not my own family, my daughter can have whatever the hell she want because she's an amazing kid. But she had spring break camp this week, and we got her chips, and applesauce, and brownies, and Oreos, and sandwich meat. Hold on now, she can only take 2 or 3 of them things a day.
Right.
But it's no shade. It's just what we do. It's what we were programmed to do. Mm-hmm. But Friday comes, camp's over. It's 4 brownies left. It's 3 packs of Oreos left. Mm-hmm. It's a whole pack of meat left. Are we operating in and subconsciously, not consciously, not to a fault of anybody or to wag your finger at somebody and tell them they're doing something bad, right. But are we operating in the era of let's just grab it? Mm-hmm. Probably. Mm-hmm. And that's part of if we adjust the way we attack things. Like we had a conversation about finances today, just watching TV, but chit-chatting about finances over the next couple of weeks. Once you boil it down, once you get gas and lunch food and stuff for dinner, if you're not out here just spending money on random shit, you'll be okay. Mm-hmm. It's about discipline.
Mm-hmm. We just all got to rein it in some. I mean, I keep my monthly budgets, and it's like, and Carisha been on me a little bit lately about, well, you should have this much left or whatever. And I'm like, so mentally I've been like, because I think sometimes we undersell how much little small shit goes out.
It'll start popping out, yeah.
Even if it is just gas stuff, but look, little small stuff. I bought something on Amazon today, just for me at home. But we got Pod and R&B this weekend. We're going to be spending something like shit adds up quickly and that we just don't really pay attention to sometimes. I want to take a good month or 2 and really just be like, all right, what are this $25 go to, or where did this $75 go to, or whatever? Just really paying attention to where the money's just kind of going out of, or whatever. But
I just watched myself literally, probably from Tuesday to now. I just watched myself spend about $1,700.
This nigga's rich though,
like no cap.
And then you be sitting back like, what?
And I'm sitting back like, I just got my license plate yesterday. Like,
well, shit, that'll set you back about $500 in the state of Ohio.
But I got some news. Excuse me, just real quick. I feel it's on my chest, so I gotta say it. Nothing crazy. I am actively choosing me in life now. I got some things in the works that very soon y'all will know about. We'll talk off camera.
What are you talking about? Shit.
But I am actively choosing James now, as far as my happiness, as far as being happy. I'm making some moves, man. I'm finally stepping out on faith. You know what I'm saying?
On this resurrection Sunday.
I'm stepping out on faith with some things and some situations in my life. So it's gonna be a little news coming soon. Hopefully, very soon. But it's a lot of. I'm finally choosing me and my happiness, man. I want y'all to know that. We'll talk more about it, but I had to say that, man. But yeah, this money shit though.
Yeah,
nigga.
Brainstorm. How was your week, man? How was your weeks?
Nah, man, ain't nothing happened. Just stop it. Be like,
oh,
Playboy.
by the way,
be like Playboy, man. I ain't do shit.
Yeah, for 3 weeks.
I ain't done nothing.
What you about to say?
No, by the way, man. Beautiful home, dog. I gotta say that I was able to get by his house yesterday.
Okay.
And beautiful home, man. Shit is dope. I love it, man. I love it.
Nah, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. It's cool having a place that we, you know, I'm saying that you know we put our roots down in and stuff like that. So it's really cool, man.
I never seen a nigga that had a center for snacks. He got like.
You thought I was joking? He thought I was joking. Y'all thought I was joking when y'all tried to talk me out my refrigerator a couple weeks ago.
You get it anyway?
This nigga.
It's still.
Oh, this nigga
It's
gonna
still.
get the fridge.
I'm still.
Hey,
gonna
you
get a
do it,
fridge.
not me. The looks I get in my house if a refrigerator got delivered
She
and
can
was
look.
plugged up in the basement.
Nigga, I walk downstairs like this is a whole ass apartment down here, nigga.
She can look, but I'm still get a refrigerator at some point because I mean you got to. You got to. Look,
man.
that's just, all right. So even all right, my last couple weeks. I mean, so like they left and went down to Cincinnati to visit family and stuff. So I was home from Thursday, the first day of the tournament last week, till sometime on Monday. I barely left my basement. I literally was at home every day watching basketball, chilling, ordering food, getting it delivered, chilling, whatever. It's like it's just. It is kind of like my area of the house. Everybody gets their area in the house. Like we're lucky enough to have a house where people have their space, you know. So Amir has his level upstairs where we don't hang out up there other than when she's working. That's her office up there too, in one of the rooms. But he has the upstairs. She kind of has the main living house, and even we got the back room there that's going to be hers. And then I get the basement, man. It's like we are lucky enough to have that, man. So I never left my space a couple weeks ago, and it's just like what's wrong with making your space your own, man? Y'all not gonna talk me out of this, man.
I ain't got nothing else to say because I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Let me shut the fuck. You right? You got it. That's like the one parent the other day got mad at me. I said, "You got it." You talking to me crazy, sir? You got it. Come on up here and knock me out, then, sir.
Man.
You got it.
But nah, man, it's just. But yeah, no. But seriously, like the last couple weeks have been, they've been cool. Like I said, you know, I had some good time. You know, some space at home, just being on my own or whatever. They got to go visit family down there. A tournament, man. I've literally just been basketballed out lately. Tournament, and then
Good for you. I don't know who these niggas is, man. I'm more into the women's tournament than the men's tournament.
That's what I mean. I've been watching them both though, but I've been watching both. Nothing.
Can I say the
basketball.
truth? These niggas can't hoop.
Can I tell y'all the truth?
The niggas can't hoop, man.
If we really gonna talk about this, if you really gonna have a conversation,
Zach Eddy, can't hoop.
He's just big. He's just 7 feet tall.
Kolek from Marquette can't hoop.
Let me just tell y'all. To be honest,
Paul George can hoop. Anthony Edwards can hoop. These niggas can't hoop.
Guys got to get out of their fields about. It's so much
Women's
conversation
game
right now.
is different.
They got to get out of their fields about this fact that you can't watch women's sports or it's so bad or it's just
No,
like
it's not.
That comes from a space of misogyny. Because even you know me and Amir Hunt got on Friday. We went to lunch and stuff like that on Friday. He's like, oh, it'd be so funny watching girls hoop. You know they'll like get a block and they'll yell and stuff like that. They got emotions too. Like they can do that or whatever. But the game is like they're playing ball. Like when people come, like grown men are in posts talking about like stuff that you see on the internet. And they're talking about, oh man, it's just boring or it's just that or whatever. It's like y'all, it's coming from a place of misogyny. Like you notice they out here getting buckets too. Like no matter what you want to feel about Caitlin Clark or whatever,
to shoot, hands for
like she is shooting from the logo that you ain't seeing. Dame does it. He can do it consistently. Steph can do it consistently. Name somebody else after them too that's doing it consistently in games. Or she's doing it comfortably in games or whatever. It's good basketball and it's entertaining. I still enjoy the women's game, but I watch sports.
Can I tell you what's going on right now? In my opinion, first of all, this is Bob Cousy in women's basketball. If you ask me, as far as the progression. I know women have been playing basketball for a minute, but as far as the competition level and the skill level, now I might get killed by people who talk about Cheryl Miller and people like that, but I get it. I know they've been playing ball for a minute. But we talking about, in my opinion, UConn 90s is when, to me, UConn 90s reminds me of like UCLA. When
that run when they
back in the 50s, 60s. Like that's when it became a thing. So we're early on in the development of female basketball, women's basketball, if you ask me, as far as like entertainment value as compared to other sports. Mm-hmm. It's almost like watching, this is gonna sound like blasphemy. It's almost like watching a league or a NCAA full of Tim Duncans. I know they're not as good as Tim Duncan. It is,
but it's the
fundamental basketball.
Fundamental stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you love basketball, not young kids who want to see dunks and fancy layups, because you got that for Wiley at South Carolina. You got a lot of it. You got a lot of people who got legit skills. Flau'jae Johnson got game.
I like Hannah Hidalgo from New Orleans, from Notre Dame.
Notre Dame,
the freshman.
It's a bunch of
cold.
It's a bunch of.
I love Juju.
Juju's game.
Juju got game. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, it is fundamental basketball. Everything you crying about in men's basketball exists in women's basketball. Mm-hmm. It is fundamentally sound. They don't miss a lot of free throws. It is what you would hope.
You can watch it. It's like a lot of games. It's like watching the Spurs. I remember.
It's like watching the Spurs play the Spurs. I swear to God,
a memory came up. A memory came up like a week or two ago. I always love the memories that come up from 2016 on Facebook because the Cavs wound up winning the championship. But like you was different points in that season of being like, these niggas ain't gonna do it. But I remember it was a game when the Spurs was playing the Warriors that year, and I had posted like, yo, I think San Antonio is the only team that's going to beat Golden State this year. Mm-hmm. Obviously, again, we won it that year. But I'm like, because they was the way they was selling out on defense, just chasing stuff around. And I posted, they just chasing them around or whatever. And everybody's like, yeah, you right or whatever, it's net. And it's just like, but the San Antonio Spurs played ball the regular way and the way it's supposed to be played and stuff like that. And it got them 5 rings.
Yep.
It got them 5 rings. And a lot of that is the women's game. And it's boring. People don't celebrate the Spurs. Mm-hmm. Don't nobody celebrate Tim Duncan. Duncan is in nobody's conversation as a GOAT, and he got 5 fucking rings.
But it's basketball in its purest, most, that I will argue, the most surgical championship ever is the 2014 NBA championship.
Oh, when
they basically dismantled the fucking Heat.
The Heat, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dismantled the Heat.
Yeah.
Done. Destroyed them.
Was it 4-1?
Inside, yep. It was a gentleman's like the Pistons. I always talk about the Pistons Lakers. It was a gentleman's sweep, just like the Pistons Lakers back in the day, back in 2004. But why? When you have so many people playing fundamentally sound basketball, that's when the Hidalgos and the Fu Wileys, when they come out and they on some bam, 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 you can see, like, oh, shit, she got game. Oh, she got game. Because everybody else is playing fundamentally sound basketball. And I'm watching from Juju to Caitlin to anybody. Their game.
Flu Wiley.
Their game is going to transfer better over to the WNBA game. I don't want to say this without being disrespectful. Better than any single. I could point to 8 Paige Beckers. The fuck? LSU, not Flau'jae.
Angel.
Yeah, Angel Reese. I could point to 8 women's basketball players whose games are going to transition better to WNBA than any male in college basketball right now. There's not one single starter playing in college basketball right now. He can't start for nobody. Name me one player in college basketball that could start for any fucking body in the NBA.
You can barely name the players in the men's game right now.
It's not one. It's not one nigga that could start in the NBA right now.
There's not even that guy that went to school right now, and it was like, oh, he was a definite. If he would have went to the draft, he was a definite lottery. I mean, they would have been a lottery because you could be, but it's like nobody is a game changer. There's no KD that had to go to college.
Hell no.
You know, there's no Carmelo that had to go to college or like that or whatever. Even Carmelo didn't have to go, but
it's just, I mean, the only nigga I'm trying to think. Where the fuck is the what you call it, man? Them niggas from Kentucky. What's his name, man?
I ain't paying enough attention.
Rob Dillingham is the only nigga, in my opinion, in the tournament who could play in the NBA. There's not a lot of niggas. Terrence Shannon Jr. at Clemson can play, but they lost. Zach Edey can't play.
He doesn't seem mobile enough for me to really be impact. He's not Wemby. So he's big. He's just a big guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Will he play? Will he get drafted? Yeah. Will he play? Yes. But like you said, is he a starter? Nah.
Fuck no.
Nah. Not to me. Maybe on somebody's team, but not to me.
It's just
who you talking about?
The guy from Purdue. What's his name?
Eddie. The big ass center.
Yeah. He's like 7'2".
What about what's his name? From NC State.
I don't know who he would start for.
I don't think he would start. But
That's what I'm saying.
As far as his game, like
he could play.
He could play.
The big boy, he can play. Like Stephon Castle from UConn can play. Is he ready to be a wing in the NBA though?
Right.
Like against Kawhi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Against Jason Tatum. It's just not a nigga. Ain't a Zion, ain't a RJ Barrett in college. Ain't a Jamal Murray in college basketball right now.
Right.
I'm so highly fucking disappointed in the product I'm seeing, man. Like Terrence Shannon can hoop from Clemson. He can hoop. Trying to think who else, man. Like UConn is a very good team, but they got the nigga Donovan Klingman. He not an NBA player. Stephon Castle can be an NBA player. Like the best player on their team last year, Hawkins. You know what I'm talking about? The shooter. He got drafted. Jordan Hawkins.
Yeah.
Got drafted by the not Timberwolves, the Pelicans. Nigga can't hoop.
Right.
Barely getting ticked with the Pelicans. Barely. Nigga was the MVP of the tournament last year.
Yeah.
The MVP of the tournament used to be Kimba.
But that's because
it used to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it used to be niggas who you knew once you got to the league.
But that's because there's a difference, and I mean, I guess we could spare people because I know we just talking, but it's like I actually saved a video on IG today where it's a guy talking about people getting fouled or whatever, and people being upset. Like feel like every foul is a hard foul, and now you got to go fight or whatever. So he's like, people don't play enough one-on-one ball or whatever. I just think there's such a like watering down of basketball on the men's side because everything has gone, which I feel like is going to happen, is happening, and it's going to continue to happen with football too. I hate 707s. I hate it. I know it's a value of it, but let me finish this point real quick. But it's just that the AAU stuff or whatever, it went away from people learning how to play basketball to it just being, I'm gonna be on this AAU team and I'm gonna travel and I'm gonna do this and I got to go get the coach's attention so I can go get to the best college I can get to, which is nothing wrong with that. But people stopped developing skills at some point. When we got away from the fact that you went to a place and you went to school and you was in junior high and you went to high school with these people and you played with these people and y'all developed as a team and stuff like that, stuff just started going a different way. People are, you at this high school, but now I might go to this state and go play some ball because I'm gonna get more exposure. It's like people, the eye on the prize of making it to the league, which should be obviously if that's your goal, you want to make it to the league. I get it, but there's no development anymore. And so the game has really suffered, and the women's game haven't suffered from that yet because there's always been about development. And they still got to play 3 years in college and all this stuff and everything else like that. And it's like, but now that
AAU was killed the boys'
it's
game.
Completely.
But you know what killed the boys' game though? They also, the problem with the men's game, they got rid of it this year, was G League Ignite. G League Ignite killed it over the last 4 years. You think so? Yes, because if you would have had Jalen Green and Scoot Henderson and all these niggas in college, it would have been different.
Okay, so you say
if you'd had Jalen Green,
it killed the college game.
Yeah, it killed the college too. If
they
you'd
had
had
the option,
if you'd had Jalen Green and them niggas in college, and Dyson Daniels and Scoot Henderson, them niggas would have been killing in college, and you would have been able to see them play. I feel like that killed.
I've never watched a G League game, to be honest. I've never tuned in.
Yeah,
but I'll watch college basketball.
Yeah,
but I don't tune into the.
It's
in
hard.
That respect,
but imagine Jalen Green at Kentucky.
He might have been busy.
Right.
That nigga would have been a problem.
He might have been busy.
But you are right. You are right. The one thing about football, I know we sparing people real quick. Give us three more minutes, because this is the thing. I was listening to a thing. Somebody talk about it this week. Football is a juggernaut in itself because the game is insulated from failure. That's football is Thanos, or not even Thanos. It's just indestructible because. My bad. You do have
like Playboy back in the day.
No.
An alarm ball from every show.
We do have 7-on-7, but football in itself is still rooted in high school football.
True.
It's not rooted in an outside source. And you have to have all the cogs in the wheel in order to produce a good football team. Mm-hmm. So there's still fundamentals in football that have to be taught in order to be great. And you can't ignore them, and you can't scoop by them. And you can't be a really good wide receiver or a really good quarterback with a bad offensive line. I don't give a fuck how good you are.
Right.
If football is the one sport where you can't say ISO and clear out the court. So football insulates itself from itself as far as destruction because it's still the ultimate team game. In basketball, you can be Jalen Green, and by the time you're in the ninth grade, you just run ISOs and play AAU because I can dunk on everybody.
They know you. I was just telling them, remember when we went to lunch on Friday, like if there's people that you just know in basketball, they're just better.
Yeah, you know.
They're just, because he was talking about going to a game with his dad once down in, I think down in Alberton, down in the Akron area, Akron, Canton area, and there was some guy that I think wound up going D1. He was talking about how dude came out in warm-ups and he was just,
you could just tell,
layups or whatever, just whatever. But then the game started, it was just like, dude just dropped buckets and this and that. And it's like, and I told him, I'm like, that's because there's people in basketball that they're just different. You just see it. It happens to football too, but your line still got to block. I remember that I heard stories about Robert Smith running crazy on Shaw in a playoff game when he played in Euclid. And Robert Smith was different back in the day, obviously, because he went to Ohio State, went to the league, and stuff like that.
Football forces you.
But they still had to block.
Yeah, it forces you to develop as a leader because they're gonna knock your fucking head off no matter how fast you are if they don't block for you. So it forces you to develop as a leader. It forces you to work with others. Basketball, you can completely isolate yourself from everybody else on your team. Say, give me the fucking ball
and get out my way. And
it's the downfall of it. It's the reason why football this year is now having it. You know, they're playing football games on Christmas. That's usually when basketball used to kick off.
And it does still, but football is saying
over.
Fuck you.
It could, like somebody was saying the other day, it could be the Carolina Panthers versus Seattle Seahawks, and it will outdo the Lakers versus the Celtics. Right. Because it's the fucking NFL, and they're doing football on Christmas this year, and Christmas is on a Wednesday. You know the only day they've never played an NFL game before in the history of football?
Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
At this point, Wednesday now.
Them they the big bad wolf, nigga. Move, bitch. I know y'all did.
Move like they moved that rock.
Right.
Man, move that bitch.
Remember the old show, the Extreme Home Makeover? Move that bus. Nigga, move that rock, nigga. Move that rock.
That buzz. Speaking of niggas making moves, what's up with Diddy?
Oh, shit. Let's get into it.
We're not going to
y'all see that video I sent y'all earlier this week?
What?
The one with dude was like, somebody had to live to tell the story. You ain't seen the video I sent you?
I don't remember.
Nigga was that bitch like, we made it, nigga. They almost got us, nigga.
Nigga, I don't understand, man. I don't, you know what I don't understand more than anything? And maybe I'm going to catch some backlash for this. I don't understand Charlemagne and
I haven't been watching nobody's
Boosie,
reactions. Nobody.
And it was Luke. Maybe it was Luke or somebody else. Mm-hmm. The people who are saying y'all quick to jump on a black man or black people when
that's black people's argument with everything.
Or he was trying to buy
the one thing, and he made this offer, and it's the Bill Cosby thing. He was trying to buy NBC, and it's like, well, nigga, it was a bitch in the back, drunk and drugged. Like what are we talking about?
And I hear Charlemagne. First of all, I don't. Whatever. I don't know the nigga. Nigga don't know me. So I'm not about to get into his personal. Like, in this particular situation, he like, I'm disappointed or hurt more than anything because, you know, Diddy.
Was this on their breakfast? The
Idiots.
Okay, yeah.
He like Diddy, you know, founded Bad Boy, one of the pioneers, one of the pillars of hip hop music, and they had the 50 years of hip hop, and we couldn't even bring out somebody like Russell Simmons because Russell Simmons is living in a country allegedly where they can't extradite him back to the United States because of the bullshit he did.
Yeah,
nigga, you got Koch Records, Ruthless, Aftermath. There's a lot of pillars who didn't sex traffic allegedly, fuck with kids allegedly. I don't give a fuck that this nigga can't come to a celebration. This the way we coddle niggas, boy. We'll free man till it's backwards. Our ass to death, as opposed to hold man ass accountable for the motherfucking crimes he committed against our community.
Right. Yeah.
When is somebody, mama, go not visit this nigga in jail because he's a menace to our motherfucking society? Mm-hmm. Fuck Diddy. Allegedly, if he did this shit, fuck this nigga, man.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Why
hard
are they protecting this nigga?
It's not hard to sit here and say something like, "All right, these are allegations, so it's got to be proved or whatever." You can say that and just leave it alone. But when people scream this thing, all right, well, let me back it up a little bit. I guess if you're a hip hop person, I can see something of being like, yo, there's something that's tied to this greatest era of hip hop that you grew up on. That's like, yo, I hate to see someone that was instrumental in that kind of going down. I guess I could see that part. But
you know he was corny a long time ago, though.
But you got to sit here and say also that if you did these things or if you're found guilty of these things, like there's no, we don't feel bad about it. Like there's no reason, there's no space to feel bad about it. No. It's no different than R. Kelly, no matter what y'all say about the music or whatever. And we don't. Let's not talk about who listens to music or not. Let's leave that death.
Because that's not even the point. Nobody's defending R. Kelly.
His ass to go sit in jail for the rest of his life or whatever, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. And we can be content with that because
he left me with TP2.com. My bad.
Because that's where he should be. Mm-hmm. See this?
No, I'm saying.
But that's where he should be.
Because at the time, I didn't know he was. At the time. We cannot be held accountable for falling in love with music or movie or whatever that at the time we did not know
what was going on.
Yeah. Now, do we have inklings with R. Kelly? Yes. But we gonna stop acting like we didn't know Diddy was a weird nigga back in the. He always been a cornball ass nigga in shiny suits. Right. Like we gotta stop acting like we revered this nigga like he was Jay-Z. He was corny ass Diddy who had niggas writing his raps. Diddy ain't no goddamn pillar. He been a weirdo nigga in shiny suits since 1995. What are we talking about?
He's a visionary to me, where it's like,
yeah, but
he saw where stuff should be to make you.
Chappelle show, go get some Cambodian, the finest of Cambodian breast milk. He been a butt of jokes for a long time.
Yeah.
I need you to walk, give me some cheesecake from. He been a butt of jokes.
I need you to walk and give me.
But he did that.
Oh man,
he was always doing that dumb shit or whatever. Yeah.
You gotta walk and go give me a sugar cookie.
Yeah. Like, shout out to Diddy for everything he did, but these niggas acting like Diddy was like, I don't know, like he was R. Kelly. R. Kelly wrote the soundtrack to some of us losing our virginity. Like you can't take that away from us.
I'm gonna tell you something. With Diddy, even though he may have been at the helm of Bad Boy and whatever the case may be, I've never really heard good things about this nigga. Yeah. It's always been some controversy surrounding
it. It's always
money,
with taking niggas shit, yeah.
All types of shit. Like, I always was looking at him like, and my whole thing is this, nigga, if I got to sit up and accept the fact that R. Kelly did that bullshit and have to let that nigga go, Diddy is in the wind blowing somewhere.
Nigga, Diddy can kick rocks.
Yeah. That shit.
But I'm listening to the shit and I'm like, oh nigga.
I mean,
Diddy had on Revolt and y'all was on Revolt. Just tell the truth about why you will shit on other people.
Charlamagne, yeah.
Yeah, because the nigga will say, well, R. Kelly ain't had no impact on the culture. Bullshit.
He didn't say that.
Yes. Bull.
On that recent show?
Shit. No, he said that's a minute ago.
Okay.
He was talking about not letting R. Kelly go. He was like, I don't have no issue letting R. Kelly go. R. Kelly don't have that much of an impact on our culture. You're a mother fucking liar.
I think that's insane.
That is one of, if not the most.
He might not have had the impact that Diddy did because that's hip hop, and hip hop has a different impact on people, you know, or whatever. But
I think we all are smart enough, if you are a hip hop head, to detach Diddy from the dope artists. Like, I don't necessarily credit Diddy for the Locks or for Biggie,
right,
or for Kim. Like, I don't credit Baby for Drake and Wayne and Nicki. Drake, Wayne, and Nicki would have been Drake, Wayne, and Nicki if them niggas was on No Limit, if they was on Def Jam, if they was on Aftermath. It don't fucking matter.
You got to find them, though.
You got to find them. Good for you. You are what's the name? Not BB and CC Winans. You are, I don't know. You're a great A&R.
Right.
But nigga, that was Biggie. You ain't writing on the Biggie lyrics.
To tell you the truth, I feel like Biggie made Puffy.
Yeah, what are we
For real.
talking? We talking about? Yes,
Honestly.
he found. That's like saying, "Hey man, shout out to Dan Gilbert. Found LeBron, nigga. That's LeBron.
Right.
The fuck is you talking about?
And
Gordon Gunn didn't fucking make LeBron.
Right.
Nigga, you the owner. Good for you.
Right.
Great for you. But the fact of the matter is, without LeBron, I done heard some fucked up shit about you, Dan Gilbert.
Right.
I mean, that's how.
Mav just talked about it again on the Breakfast Club interview last week. He's like, he was one of the people in the camp saying, nah, don't go back to Cleveland.
Because of Dan.
Because of Dan. And he said literally because of Dan. No other reason. He didn't say because 3 fans and that whole the whole Jersey burn thing is it's an overblown thing. If you ever watch ESPN, they're going to show you the same 2-3 clips of the same 2-3 people burning their jersey. It didn't happen the way y'all think it happened.
Yeah.
It was the Dan thing with LeBron.
Yeah,
and Mav was like, yo, I told him no, don't do it.
Yep.
Because they asked him a question like, all right, well, you know, what happened with the, you know, he's like, you know, that was one of those situations where we had conversations about what we should do or whatever, and he's like, no, I don't think you should.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So yeah, it's a lot of shit about that.
A lot of shit, yeah.
Like,
So
yeah.
So I mean, I feel it. I do. I mean, I give Diddy credit for, like you said, for Bad Boy, for discovering people, for finding
Music
people.
wise, he has a good ear for stuff. He has a
Great
good ear
ear.
for talent. You know,
Great ear for a good song.
all of that. Yeah,
All that, man. Like I'm not gonna.
he knows what's gonna be a hit.
Yes. And he deserves his recognition for that, obviously. But if he was out here doing some weird, wild shit, man, he got to go.
He's always been a little, like you said, he's always been a little off in that respect. And I mean, I know you had sent the text to us sometime last week about the little.
Ooh, I was listening to
it was the Biggie. Biggie has always had
some
questionable lyrics. Like we don't even like it's there's everything. Like I think you sent the one from the Dreams of fucking R&B bitch or whatever. And that song from the Life After Death album. And yeah, it's like and that song, yeah. But Biggie has always been that. I mean, he's sodomy basically in songs. Fucked with the broom, slid him. I mean, all that. Those are Biggie's lines.
When I met you, I admit my first thought was the trick.
You look so good. I'm sucking your daddy's dick. Yeah.
Like, shout out to Cameron Mace. What you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
But y'all gotta know. Have y'all ever told a joke that people know ain't real though, and it's like, yo, you just saying that or whatever? It's like it's hyperbole in a sense.
See me, B that is, I that is, G Wiz, motherfuckers still in my biz. Do they know my nigga Gutter fucking kidnapped kids?
Fuck them in the ass, throw them over the bridge. Yeah, I know. That's what, Biggie has always had these
Come on
lyrics.
now, Biggie!
Bro, I'm
Biggie!
quoting the lyrics. Yeah.
Biggie! It's only but for so many times I can ignore this wild shit.
And hell, and even when he even doubled down on that. Even with fuck him in the ass, throw him over the bridge.
That's how it is.
Live. My shit is played out. Fuck that beat. It's like my nigga, you put thought into that.
Yeah, like
I put thought into this.
Yo,
it's always been on the outskirts of some weird shit.
they're slowly killing my
Idols.
Yeah, but
you know who they coming after next?
Don't do it.
You know who they coming after next?
Don't do it because I think that's bullshit.
Your boy.
Yeah,
They coming after your boy next. I'm
Hope ain't
telling you.
did nothing.
I'm telling you, they coming after your boy.
You know what? You know what's crazy about
Now,
that whole part of the thing? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go.
What you go? I'm like, what's the name? What you gonna do? I'm like Hulk Hogan. When they come after some shit with him, cause that you know that's your nigga.
Everybody.
I don't think it's nothing. I don't think it's nothing though. I don't think they're gonna do it. That's just my opinion.
There's some people in life that I feel like they've built their career so meticulously, knowing that shit will. Again, even in that Maverick interview, he's like, they asked him about Jay. He's like, Jay always makes the best decision for him, and he does it where, like, everybody else might be like, oh, you should go do this, and he's like, nah, that ain't for me. Every song he hops on, every verse he hops on, whatever. He don't just be on everybody's this and that, whatever. Or he drops an album when he want to drop it. I feel like in a sense, he might be one of them people that might have just be like, nah, this ain't the one, or what. I'm not gonna do this. Even back in the day, but we gotta understand too. People just don't understand. And we've talked about it on the show. The 90s was such just a different style time. It's it's insane. We're not saying it's right. Okay. I'm just saying people gotta understand.
Resting over the Cheerios with Usher.
No. We're not saying anything that happened there was right at all. But what I'm saying is a lot of shit happened in the 90s. People did a lot of crazy shit. Or the misogyny or the stuff that people did to get into the game and all that. It was so weird.
It's the reason why R. Kelly was allowed to function in that dysfunction, because we went to school with girls who got picked up by niggas who was clearly out of school every day.
It was it's a different
every day.
space.
It was 15 and 16-year-olds getting picked up by grown-ass men outside of Shaw High School. I have witnessed it with my own two eyes. And nobody batted an eye.
Nope.
And this is 1996, 1997.
I know a few people.
I know some of them that got kids that's in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yep.
This is the thing though. This is why I'm not nervous for, but it's one reason why I'm annoyed, because it's like we got Jay, we got Snoop, we got 50, we got focus our attention over there.
Right.
Fuck Diddy. Like I believe those people I believe society took their shots at him. Jaden had his stab, the unwhole stabbing situation. Like they tried, murder was the case with Snoop. 50. They didn't try it. I don't believe they was without fault. They've just already tried. And they couldn't find nothing. So they had to keep it moving. And now Snoop is the most lovable weed smoking nigga on the planet Earth.
Right.
And it's over now.
Sitting with Martha Stewart.
Let me ask y'all this. In retrospect, do you think there's a percentage of the people or artists or important people out here in the world that is getting targeted just because?
I don't know if it's just because.
I'm not saying it like R. Kelly did.
I don't know if it's just because. I think everybody gets their murder was the case situation. Mm-hmm. You just better hope you don't have videos or track records of you transporting hookers and kids across state lines.
Right.
I feel like anybody in power. It's the reason why niggas don't want to run for president.
Right.
I don't feel like
too many skeletons in your closet.
I don't feel like the fucking
Barack had to be squeaky clean.
Yeah, squeaky clean.
There had been one shit that was an iota of what Donald Trump is.
Yeah,
people would have been like, "Get this nigga the fuck out of here."
I don't feel like any of the aisle 7 workers, black, white, Asian, Latino at Home Depot are gonna get the same treatment that anybody in a position of power is going. If you decide, I want to pursue. If DMST podcasts blow up overnight, in 2 years from now, they are going to dig up everything.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Everything. Everything. I think it's the cost of doing business. The moment you decide, I want my success.
I want to be here.
To be off of the eyes, ears of people out there. You subject yourself to some shit that you don't have to. If you work down the street and you retire at 60, if you don't want your shit out there, go to work, clock in, and go home. But if you decide you want to stick your toe in the lake of iniquity, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, spell it.
Then nigga, they gon' come and they gon' peel back the layers. That's just my honest opinion.
And there's too many people at home right now that are too happy to do it. They don't have no job. They don't got no life. They ain't got no girlfriend. They ain't got no boyfriend. And they just sitting at home praying on your downfall.
Hey,
I don't think.
Show of hands. If we hit it big tomorrow, who you think gonna have the most skeletons in their closet?
Who knows, nigga?
You know, to be honest, it might even be me.
Yeah, who knows?
Because I might be last on everybody's list.
That was a fun question.
I might be last on everybody's list. And then they'd be like, "Damn, brainstorm for real?
Let me find
where the body buried? God,
let me find brainstorm out here.
Halle Berry and Kerry Washington, nigga. God damn.
This nigga fucked Hillary to get back at Bill? God damn. Wild shit. That happened.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
And he helped move the rock.
You know what I'm saying? He was one of the 12.
Be everywhere.
He was one of the 12.
Let me find out he was discipling. all of a sudden see his face in the picture like
Exactly. He wanted niggas to suffer. That motherfucker with some headphones on. Like, what the fuck?
The first nigga to bring chocolate chip cookies to the Passover meal.
this nigga was DJing the Passover.
Oh shit, man.
Nah, man.
But no, Playboy, I don't think they conjured up the drink spiking by Bill Cosby. I just think if you were spiking drinks and fucking women back in the 70s, they gonna find it.
Yeah.
So chill out. Stop trying to buy NBC, brother. Because if you do, they gonna try to come for you.
They gonna, yeah.
You already got bread.
They do it for. They did it to Bill Clinton. All they did was get some head at work. Okay, but they doing it for Trump. But Trump is bulletproof because Trump don't give a fuck.
Well, he got enough people behind him that just don't give a fuck about what he does. That's the thing.
I got kind of yelled at today, but I want to talk about this. I want to see where y'all head is. I don't think I'm voting because I don't believe in Kamala. What has she done? I can't vote for Joe Biden. I want our podcast to last, so I'm not going to get into, I don't know if y'all saw, but what they dedicated today to.
Yeah,
which ends up happening to be Easter Sunday, but that's a whole other conversation.
It just fell on it, yeah.
But what the fuck? I'm not. This nigga is. I'm not voting for Joe Biden to be the president. He ain't got 4 more years. They ain't got 4 more months.
Right.
Kamala has done absolutely nothing. I kind of believe if she wasn't an AKA, I don't even know if black women will fuck with her like that. And I'm just being honest. I might get murdered. I might get killed for this. She has done nothing.
I agree with you.
For us as a people, nothing. Even Michelle Obama was the first lady, and at least she changed the fucking food in the schools. It might be bad now, but it's healthier.
See, that was my thing.
What the fuck has she done?
No, I was just agreeing.
I get that. That was the one thing that always escapes me, and that's a very good point but outside of that, literally, because she did a good thing, and they fought her on that,
like crazy.
The school thing or whatever. Name me one thing one vice president did.
Well, no.
And my only point with that is that I get that argument a lot.
Oh, hold
people.
on. Let me. Do you want the? Because we can have.
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick. Let me answer it.
My only thing is like if people
let me answer it.
If they say it, then please come with that.
Let me answer it.
That's my only point.
Let me answer. I was about to. Is it Halliburton?
Because
nobody
ever.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me answer the question.
Oh yeah.
Let me answer the question because I know we got Tyrese Halliburton, but what is the fucking? What is the? It's Halliburton, right? What the fuck is the name of the company? The war supply company. Fuck. I think it's Halliburton.
I know I've heard that term. I
think it's Halliburton.
First thing that comes to my mind is oil, but I don't think that's oil.
But that all vice president under Bush. The weapons of mass destruction. We need to get Osama bin Laden for weapons of mass destruction. The whole controversy.
The white guy that shot the person too.
Yeah, the whole controversy was he was the head of he was and his friends was the head of certain companies
and Colin, what's his name?
That supplied the war vehicles and supplies and shit for.
But this is the point.
But hold on, but he just wasn't on our side as black people. Hold on, let me finish.
No, I'm not. But yeah.
He wasn't on our side, so we don't see it as him doing anything for us. But for them, he did shit that fucked with their interests. There have been vice presidents for a long time who've done shit. Kamala has done fucking nothing for 4 years. I'm talking about for niggas that look like me. I'm voting my fucking interest. I am voting my interest. And my interests have now moved towards percentages. I'm trying to buy a new house in a couple years. So what are these rates going to look like? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to send my daughter to a different high school. So what are we looking like education-wise? Mm-hmm. We're moving before she goes to middle school. I'm voting my interests. And she's done nothing. He's done nothing. Joe Biden has done nothing for niggas that look like me. Nothing. As much as we talk shit about Trump and his nigga, them niggas, the reason why the base is so fired up is because delusional, you might want to call them. They believe them niggas speak for them. Ain't nobody speaking for us. Nobody. And she a black woman.
So what you're saying is, which as us getting older, we should have that outlook. Everybody should have this outlook. On what everybody should not be pigeonholed into saying, I'm gonna vote this way, I'm gonna vote that way just because. So that's a good point to make, because like you say, even with Trump, even as delusional as they are, he does nothing for no one that for the people who are in his base. He does nothing for them.
Can I say this?
Other than speak to it
Thank
and
you.
make them
Nigga, I was
feel
about to say that. Hold on. Because
he makes them feel good about it. Even
at
if he
least
does
do
nothing.
that, nigga. Hold on. At least.
But this makes no sense to me.
But
then.
I'm not saying I would believe it, because I'm smarter than that. But for the masses, at least make them
But
think.
when they do it, y'all still shit
They don't.
on them.
No,
Or whatever.
nobody's ever done it.
There were people who were trying to shit on
Nobody's
the fact
done it.
of- there were people who were trying to shit on the fact that even just last week, even if Biden and Clinton and Obama get together, it's like, oh well, they did it at a time they should have been celebrating Easter or something like that. It's like there's no winning for losing with a lot of different people. And I agree. I think you're 100% right with us looking at stuff from the point of view of what are you doing for me that levels up my life, or what's going to help me out.
Not even levels up my life.
Or helps me out long term, but. Again,
that's not even the case.
But again, I also appreciate the fact that you could be like, yo, man, somebody did something in the past in that vice president role that actually people can remind people, that actually reminds them of something that this is what somebody did, because most people that make the statement that you made can't say anything that a VP has ever done.
And I don't know why. But
and a lot of people, and again, going back to that Bush presidency, a lot of people call that Bush presidency the presidency of his VP. Which I can't,
it was vice president.
What's his, and I can't think of his name right now. But people call him
Al Gore. Was Al
no,
Gore?
it wasn't Al. Al Gore ran against him in not in 04, I think it was, or 03 or whatever.
Oh, he was Democrat. That's right.
It's right. He died recently, within the last year or two. The guy that was his VP, but people call him. The people say that was his presidency and not George Bush's.
Mm-hmm.
But I my whole thing with the statement, and it's
Dick Cheney. Goddamn.
Dick Cheney, and I told you right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
But my whole issue with that is that
pause, nigga.
yeah, no Diddy. No Diddy when you didn't the name and it's on the tip of my tongue. You're right. You're absolutely right, Playboy. You're absolutely fucking
You told me
right.
Dick Cheney dead, and this nigga was born a year before Joe Biden. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
But I just feel like a lot of people throw that shit out there, and it's just like, oh well, this that, and they can't name a single thing that the VP has done or whatever. Nobody ever pays attention to the VP or like that.
I don't think
nobody gave a fuck what Joe was doing when Barack was in there.
Saying that
nobody
because,
gave a fuck what Mike was doing before that.
I'm saying that.
I'm just saying real quick. Nobody really. I'm not saying that you're wrong with that. Saying that.
I don't know
because
I don't know if that's 100% true though, man.
I have never heard anybody say, "Well, what was Joe doing?" Never.
A lot of
once.
people did. That's why he got voted president, because he was Bill.
He got voted president because he was fucked because he came off of Barack. For me, in my opinion,
he was a career politician who had a track record of a lot of shit.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying I have never heard the phrase. What is the VP doing? I've never heard nobody talk.
No, that's because
and maybe that because of the fact. Maybe that comes because Joe is fucking old and dead right now.
A lot of people are saying.
Finish that. Let me finish that part. Yeah, I get that. But I'm just saying that nobody has ever. People
because
are
they've
diving
been in
into
this position before. Whereas the black woman's been vice president, so you have people who are just saying vote for her because she's a black woman, and that's not good enough. It's not good enough.
I give you that.
It's not good enough. I don't give a fuck what her ethnicity is. It's not good enough just to be black. That's not good enough. And you got people who are saying, "Well, vote for Joe because if he die, then Kamala take over."
Oh no,
what the fuck is Kamala doing?
You can't do that.
Man, I'm not voting for her.
My only thing on the other side is that always been that. Again, you've heard that term. No matter what, nobody ever gave a fuck what these VPs.
But we're in a different situation though, because VPs have been doing shit for a long time. But we're in a very unique position where this president is older than the vice president who just died. So if you're voting for him, you might be voting for Kamala Harris. And I don't have anything in I understand what you're saying. I think we're both smart enough to not be fed a bill of goods from anybody verbally. At least try, though. Because you're not just the president of the smart motherfuckers. Anybody who's a coach or a leader needs to understand you're not just the coach of the smartest player on the team. You're the coach of the worst player on the team. You're the coach of the dumbest player on the team. You're the coach of the least talented. You're the coach of the most talented. You're the coach of the nigga with the worst grades, with the best grades, with the best attitude, with the worst attitude. So I cannot just pigeonhole it to 2% of the population who's smart enough to understand that my words don't mean nothing. You also have to cater to the people who you can say, build a wall. Then you go down to the border and you're like, it's a wall here already. I know the niggas placating to you. Because now when you go down, you're like, oh, Trump built the wall. The smart motherfuckers know they've been building walls for decades.
Right.
But them niggas don't know that. But he's smart enough, his people are smart enough to sell a bill of goods because you got to get the entire country to vote for you. Not just the smart motherfuckers. Not just the niggas who know better. You have to get everybody. And they're not doing shit. Not only for everybody, but specifically for the niggas who look like me. Absolutely nothing. You got to do something. You got to do something, man. You got to take the fucking burgers out of the school and put in chickpeas. You got to do something.
Not chickpeas.
You got to do. It's literally what's in the food. It's rice and chickpeas and shit, as opposed to burgers they get for lunch. They hate the lunch, and I get it. But at least she tried to make the niggas healthier. They got to do something. They're doing. They've had 4 years. They've done nothing, man. Nothing. I cannot, in good conscience, vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I can't. For what reason? Because she black? If Kamala Harris' name was Karen Smith and she was from North Dakota, none of the niggas I know will vote for them.
No, I think I would have said me. I think I would have said it instead of Trump. For me, I would.
I'm not voting for nobody.
Because
I'm not voting for neither one of them niggas, man.
Say,
I need an independent or something, bro.
Which is fine, which is true, and it's fine and it's true. But also on the other side of that, it's like it's we have to understand, and no matter how y'all want to say this, whatever, you put that man back in office, it's going to be a vendetta tour for him. He's already shown y'all what the fuck he wants to do or whatever. It's going to be a vendetta tour, and it's going to be 4 years. If you thought them 4 years were different, I ain't gonna say crazy or the worst you ever had. It is whatever, because everything is subjective to however your life was during that 4 year span. It's gonna be a vendetta tour, and it's gonna be something. If you thought those 4 years were crazy, I think this 4 years is gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. Yeah, we could talk about it on the pod and it could be funny. Yeah, the Tonight Show and shit like that's gonna have good material and stuff like that or whatever. That's all well and good or whatever. But it's just. I just feel like it's an insane thing to sit there and be like, oh, that shit is gonna be fun. I don't think
anybody thinks it's gonna be fun.
I just feel like this shit is gonna be. It's not gonna be great no matter what. Like nobody's excited about it. I'm not excited about voting this year. None of it at all. None of it. I'm still gonna do it, but I'm not excited about it at all. Because Joe is dead. There's nobody out there that excites any of us about any of this shit that's out there, and it's just like, so if you want to be passionate about it,
in my opinion, doing nothing is worse. Man.
It is worse, and you still gonna do it, but that's your level of apathy. Which again, if you're at that point, I can't.
No, I'm talking about a presidency of nothing is worse. If you ask me,
then a presidency of okay,
because the chaos can be pinpointed. I don't buy in. I don't buy into the 100% chaos. I do not. I'm not voting for Donald Trump, and I never will. I also don't buy into, for the entire run of the late 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, there was a sentiment somewhere, because I didn't see it, hear it, talk about it, discuss it, nothing. For the first, I don't know, never had a conversation about Donald Trump being a racist. Now, has he shown racist tendencies since he became president? Yes. Can we pinpoint when and where that happened? If you did enough digging, you probably could.
Could it be in?
Do we also understand what media is in the United States of America?
Could it be in the racist practices that he had as a business owner?
I understand that, but
could it be with
but
the,
this goes back to what Playboy said. This goes back to what Playboy said. It comes out when you decide you want to run for president. And if that's the case, cool. I'm not saying a nigga's not those things in the racist practices.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not saying he's not those things. I'm not saying this. We're talking about somebody being the leader of the free world, we're talking about mortgage rates and cost of living and niggas talking about going to the store and spending $50 for 8 items. What happens is our media is extremely quote unquote left leaning in America. So when people go to the store and they spend $50 on 8 items, nobody says it's Joe Biden's fault. Nobody. But if Donald Trump is president and we got COVID, it's his fault. I'm not saying either one is right or wrong. I'm just saying niggas is going to the store spending $50 on 8 items under Biden and Kamala. Is we going to discuss it or no? Or are we just going to let it ride because she a black woman? Or because we like he don't say funny shit or shit to make us mad? Which one is it? Are we placating to how we feel? Or are we going to talk about what's really happening to us and what we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis? Mortgage rates have settled at about 7.5% to 8.5%. Niggas are refinancing for 2-3%. Now, there's some people who say you shouldn't be able to do that. They're saying 2 or 3% is too low. I understand that. Might be somewhere in the middle, 4 or 5, maybe even 6%. But it's rising like crazy. And it's risen 5 and 6% under Kamala and Joe Biden. So are we going to talk about it, or are we just going to be like, hey, I guess rent costs more. I guess mortgages cost more now. For 20 years, it did. The percentage rise was not that crazy. It has skyrocketed in the last 4 years. The amount niggas pay for mortgage in 2024 as opposed to 2019, 2020 is insane. We are paying less than 50% for mortgage than everybody else I know. And we bought our house in 2013. Everybody who's bought a house in the last 4 years is paying astronomical prices for houses that they didn't have to pay for. And that's under this regime. Because there's more to being a president than what the fuck they put on CNN and make us feel good or bad about. What's going on behind closed doors? Who's turning the wheels? What's happening to us as a country financially? What's going on? And these niggas are doing nothing. They just letting us pay $50 for 8 items. Next year it'll be $50 for 4 items.
Yeah, again,
it just doesn't make sense.
Again, I'm not.
It's like shout out to Barack Obama. So it's like, all right, I fuck with Obama. I'm also
no, I mean again
paying barely over $1,200 for a home under his regime that stayed damn near the same under. Whatever. I'm not about to get into it. Man.
Yeah, no. I mean, again, it's because I want to.
Because people gonna be mad at me for that, but I don't see them. I don't see it, man.
Again, I'm not gonna argue about mortgage rates and stuff like that. It's the proof is in the pudding.
It's not even just mortgage. Go to the grocery store.
The proof is in the pudding. And
go to the go try to buy some milk.
Talk about with the stuff like that. It's in the pudding.
Because what we get into is the nigga. Okay, this the question you got to ask yourself. Do you want to be this? I mean, I'm not voting. I am not voting for Donald Trump. I am not. Do you want to play for Stan Van Gundy, where everybody can come to practice when they want to? Or do you want to play for Coach K, where if you come to practice late, you a dumbass bitch, you don't want to be great? Which one do you want? Because one is not going to let them charge you crazy amounts for the goods that come into this country. Then they have to then turn around and charge us crazy amounts to purchase them. Because trade deals matter. And if we ain't doing shit and we just let niggas bully us, and now grain costs double the amount, then yes, rice went from $2.69 to $4.29. Because it costs more to get the goods. That's all I'm saying, man. All I'm saying is the reason why the shit costs more is not just niggas' mortgage rate. If you look at all of the shit that's going on when motherfuckers talking about money, all of it, every aspect of it, unless you got a dog-ass motherfucker. I'm not saying it's him. I'm not saying it's Trump. I'm not saying it's Biden. Obama was a dog-ass nigga, quiet as it's kept. Unless you got a dog-ass nigga in the White House or a dog-ass group of niggas, they going to keep bullying the fuck out of us, man. And I'm not voting for this nigga for 4 more years of this shit. Now I'm paying $100 for 7 fucking items at the grocery store because this nigga, he want to be a sucker in trade deals and shit. And we paying $10 for a fucking gallon of milk. Man, no, fuck that, man. Like I said, ain't doing shit, man.
Like I said, for me, it's I get that portion, and
I want
So
my
it's
fucking
just-
president and my government to be some motherfucking
I get
dog.
that portion. It's just I also look at all the other things that come along with stuff too. And I know. Remember back in was it? I guess 2016 when Trump was gonna. When most people thought he was gonna get elected, and I've been on record on the show as saying that I think he's going to get reelected. But the
and
biggest.
that's Biden and fault.
But the biggest thing was always for me too is even some of the social issues that go with that, because we knew at that time going into 2016 that you were going to lose a justice or two or whatever. One they held up the one appointment when Obama was in office, and they didn't let him for over a year. They didn't let him choose. So when Trump got in, he got to put somebody up there. We knew Ruth Bader Ginsburg was on her last goddamn leg or whatever. So we have a Supreme Court that's not transforming. We're not going to transform. We're not going to give them term limits and things like that. And that court is extremely right-leaning right now, when most of the country is more medium, like middle of the road, almost. I feel like most of the country is more kind of open with their social issues in a sense, left-leaning. But when it comes to financially, we're actually more fiscally responsible in our thoughts and processes or whatever. But we fucking gave Trump that Supreme Court. And you gave him that, and it's now extremely left-leaning, and it's going to be that way for a while. And if you give him another 4 years, who knows where it's going to go, and the judges he appoints. And I don't have a daughter at home. I got a young teenage son that at some point is going to have a wife or something like that, and you hope nothing happens too early. But I know y'all got daughters and y'all stuff like that, and you live in the country now that you can't even make a decision on what you want to do with your body if something happens. I know in our state we still fight it some. We struck it down when I went and voted last November, and we struck the one issue down where they wanted to expand the percentage it had to do to put something on the ballot. I forgot how it was or whatever, but it's just like. Sometimes it's the financial is a huge part of it because it's hitting us all in the pocket. I just started the show, me talking about us going to the grocery store yesterday, but some of the social stuff too, where it's just like I can't vote for a segment of people who don't feel like that you are people, like they don't even look at you, and even though they don't. None of them look at us as people.
Thank you.
As people.
That's what
but
I
let me finish my thought. But none of us look at us as people. But I can't vote for a segment where they're actively putting laws in place. Where even if it was if I had a sister or my niece or something like that, could be like, oh, if something could fucking happen to them and they couldn't have the right to sit there and be like, I need to make this decision for me.
Yeah.
I personally can't vote for that segment. As passionate as you are, I can't fucking do that shit.
I got you.
And I won't.
And everybody
if
got
you want to sit out, that's fine. And nobody gonna talk you. You don't vote. So I mean, it's like we're not gonna sit here and be like, oh, somebody's wrong for doing that or whatever. But I personally can't sit there and be like, oh, these people don't deserve the right to make their choice. You got these fucking idiots. Trump is out here selling the fucking Bible for like $69 or however much it is or whatever. And this like I'm gonna put my trust in him. Fuck that shit or whatever. And if it's like if we don't want to be with Kamala because there's a good chance that she may have to be president, cool. Fuck that shit too. Or whatever. But I'm not gonna sit here and lean too far this way and be like, oh, that shit is great or whatever. No, it's just I can't personally. That's just me.
Yeah, everybody got
my
their
stance
personal
on
things.
it. That's my stance on it
Personal
or
reasons
whatever.
why they vote certain ways.
I just can't. I'm not gonna sit here and place so much more value on this and that when truthfully we should
but
be,
everybody does. If you place more value
as
on,
we always say, we should be paying way more attention to the people who are in our local
if you place
elections
more
and
value
stuff
on
like that.
pro-choice, then you are placing more value on something other than
But I also have the right to do that, though.
Yeah, of course you do.
That shit means a lot to me.
I know, but I'm saying, but people do place more value on things, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't say we don't place. People do place value on certain things that make that matter more to them. I mean, that's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
So but certain things happen that people say, well, I can't be against that thing no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
I can't.
And I think that's where politics comes into play. I think that's where every single seat in the House of Representatives is up this year to be voted on, every single one of them. So there's a lot of stuff that comes into play politically that doesn't.
And people need to understand too that.
And
I know you understand that it's like, yo, even more than who's in that office, it's seats that's up.
That's what matters.
So even when you sit that out, it's them seats that's up.
That's
because
what
there need
matters.
to be whatever side that if you feel they are in your best interest a touch more, if you feel it, if you feel that way.
And that's the thing. Like I don't think everybody that's involved. I don't think everybody watches the same YouTube videos or reads the same articles or the same books and shit that I read. I know they don't. Mm-hmm. I don't read the same shit you read or you read. So I don't think everybody looks at it the exact same way that I do. So I go into these kind of thought vomits about, you know what I'm saying, about like what's next, I start to figure out, okay, what part of these are political? What part of this conversation is political? Pro-life, pro-choice, in my opinion, political. I believe people should be able to make a decision to do what they want with their body. That's also, in my estimation, of political. People, we can House of Representative ourselves into a power position. We can. I don't think just because you're a Democrat, you're a certain thing, or just because you're a Republican, you're a certain thing. That to me is a personal. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I happen to agree with you. There are also things that can get in the way of even the best intentions. So, I was watching this. I know this is going to like incorporate a couple different things. So, but whatever. We just talking this shit. We only an hour 20 in. So, I don't know if you know about the Browns right now. They're trying to decide whether or not they want to renovate the stadium down there for $1 billion, or go to Brook Park and build a $2 billion dome stadium with a whole like Jerry's World style thing around it with hotels, restaurants, bars, everything, and it'd be a whole Browns World out there. And then we develop downtown with beach, with waterfront properties, different kind of shit. You know what I mean? I think that's the best one. But whatever. Some people don't want the Browns. Some people don't want the Browns moved from Cleveland.
You got a whole area right there. You can just put nothing but hotels on.
But you know who we got making this decision for us in Cleveland? Mayor Bibb. And I was watching this thing the other day. Mayor Bibb has aspirations to be Senator Bibb, to eventually one day be President Bibb. And what he can't do politically, right, is say, I'm the mayor of a blue city. I'm the mayor of a Democratic city. But you're the mayor of a blue city in a red state. So if you want to represent this state at a national level, there's no way, and shout out to the homie Earl the Pearl for making this particular point, there's no way you can ask the citizens of a city, which is the third poorest city in the country, to foot half of $1 billion stadium deal to pay for a stadium that the average person who lives in Cleveland, not us living in Mayfield Heights or South Euclid or somewhere, in Cleveland, can't even buy tickets for their family of four with parking to a game. So politically, as much as you want to keep the Browns downtown for the businesses, he needs to make a decision that's not only politically right, but not only right morally, but politically. And he needs to go ahead and let the Browns go to Brook Park and develop downtown. Because sometimes if you go too hard, you got to be able to go to the state of Ohio and say, the way I looked out for the city of Cleveland and didn't make those families who only bring in a median income of $33,000 a year, I didn't make them foot the bill for something they couldn't even afford. I'm going to look out for y'all the same way I looked out for them. So as much as he don't want to disappoint them bars downtown, you need to go ahead and let the Browns move out to Brook Park, brother. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes politically, you can have the best intentions. I know he don't want the Browns to leave. Nigga, I'm pro-choice. But the people who pro-choice, y'all got to chill. Because it's only so far you can push the lever and we can do whatever the fuck we want with whatever we want with our body, mind, soul, whatever the case may be, before the people out in Tuscarawas County who vote red gonna be like, these motherfuckers over here tripping. Because you gotta be able to be the president for the entire country. You gotta be the senator for the entire state. And if you got aspirations as Mayor Bibb, you gotta be the mayor with your eyes on the shit you wanna eventually do. So as much as I agree with certain shit, sometimes the people who are in that, not everybody, obviously, some of the people who are in that camp of pro this or pro that, whatever the case may be, you also can't be telling people they try to make a movement where you can identify as a kid and you grown and that means you can date kids. Now time the fuck out now. Now time out now. Now time out. There's a barrier to this shit. All right? Now I'm pro-choice with you, fam. Of course I am. I got daughters and a wife.
Right.
But God damn it, there's a line in the sand. And at some point, I'm also the father of two daughters. and know your 34-year-old ass cannot date my daughter because you think you're 14. No, you can't. You can't. And if y'all and once you start pulling the layers of the onion back, and if the same group believes this, that believes this, now you got a dilemma. Because as much as I agree that hell yeah, my wife and my daughter should have their ability to make whatever decision they make, I also get videos from my wife to make sure I double check and poke my head in the bathroom before I let my daughter go in the bathroom by herself. Because I don't need no nigga in the bathroom being like, today I'm a woman and my 10-year-old in there and I got to beat your motherfucking ass at the rest stop. Where does the line get drawn? Because I can't just jump on one side of the ledger and stay there. Because I got to morally agree with the majority of the shit you talking about, or now I got a fucking dilemma. Now I'm in self-preservation mode. And what am I going to sacrifice for the greater good? What do I care about more? Am I going to be diligent as a father to make sure my daughters hopefully don't find themselves in a position where they pregnant?
Yeah, I think
in order to feel comfortable everywhere else? Or do I be like, you know what? I know this nigga 34 and he want to be 12, but just because he pro-choice, I got to ride with them. Hell no.
Nah,
because it starts to alienate people and it starts to get messy. And I wish it was cut and dry, but like the shit gets weird at a certain point, man. And then we got to figure out what makes the best sense for all of us. And what I'm saying is, I keep going back to the nothing, and we're talking about the shit from today, which we're not going to get into because we want our podcast to keep going on. I think when you do nothing, mistakes like today happen. Because as much as we don't give a fuck, I don't go to church every day, and y'all was raised differently. There's a lot of motherfuckers who go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
And believe that God rose from that tomb,
right.
and Jesus moved that rock, and he rose. They believe it.
Right.
And when you make a mistake of doing that on the most holiest day of the year for them, it don't just roll off their shoulders.
Right.
It's not just water off their back. But that's what happens when you ain't doing shit. These kind of mistakes happen. It's not going to affect my vote. It's not going to affect your vote. It's not going to affect a lot of people that look like us vote. But staunch Christians, a mistake like today, he might have lost 3 million people. On mamas today. You can't make them kind of mistakes. If tomorrow Trump said, man, fuck all them dumbass niggas, probably lost 17 million votes because niggas not going to vote for him. Is it going to affect Cubans? Is it going to affect Pacific Islanders? No. But they're going to lose our vote. And we got to be honest about the shit that niggas, we could be like, yeah, you know, that shit don't matter. It don't matter to us. It don't matter to us because I'm eating meatball subs on Easter. Easter means something to some people, man. Yeah. To a lot of people.
Yeah.
To a lot of people. This is the holiest time of the year. And to make that mistake ain't no, but that's what happens when you just let your kid, this is a motherfucker who just letting his kid run around the house and he not watching them. I'm telling you, man, but whatever. A nigga Biden ain't doing shit and neither is Kamala, man. Because you don't make that mistake on Easter Sunday.
All right. Well, I think at the end of the, I think at the end of it all,
not if you pay attention to the wheel.
I think at the end of it all, it comes down to one of those things where it's just, I think this is the, and some people that love politics, like it's just one of those things that it's just like it's sexy to them. Mm-hmm. Like no matter what, the way the whole system works, and you talk about this or whatever, and like we talking about how many House seats is up and how many Senate seats or stuff like that. It just works. I think for the average person, it's no matter what we gonna do, no matter what, if we gonna say something, if we gonna talk about this segment, if we got a 15-minute segment and we yelling at each other, or I was reading an article today about people leaving Florida because for different reasons. A lot of it is political because of, everything down there is a lightning rod and stuff like that. And you think you're gonna go down there and it's just no income tax and it's gonna be great, but it's just not. But I think ultimately at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where, I think we all yell for no fucking reason. I mean, because it's just we can be 10 toes down on whatever the fuck we want to be 10 toes down on, but It don't matter unless it affect us. I've used this example a lot of times on the show.
Yes,
I used this example a lot of times on the show about I think we could, all three of us can sit here and say, and we got different levels, varying levels of politics or interest and stuff like that. But I think we can all sit here and say we think homelessness is bad. We can go downtown, we see people homeless, they on the side of the street, they laying down there, what do we think is bad?
We don't live in LA.
And we can sit there and be like, oh, we think it's bad, and we want to give the causes or whatever it's that, and it affects us or whatever. But it only affects us for that 2 minutes we downtown and we walk into the fucking state theater or we walk into the stadium or something like that. It don't matter if you on fucking whatever the street I live on in Mayfield, whatever fuck street you live on in South League, whatever fuck street you live on in Cleveland, whatever. It don't matter. But if a motherfucker had tents set up on the corner of our street, now we gonna be fucking now that shit is brought to our front door because now we fucking it's affecting us right now. And I think that's the same thing we're talking about with everything else. How you say we can separate these things and stuff like that. It's true, we can, but we only separate until they come knock on our door.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like with the daughters or whatever. Like if somebody came home pregnant and you didn't have no decision on what the fuck you could do about it, no matter what. And take the politics out of it. No matter what, if you just had no choice, it affects you differently. I think we all just yell for the sake of yelling in the sense of being like, oh, we just like we all dig our toes into a lot of stuff. But it's just like it's at the end of the day, we have to believe it. We have to believe in something. We have to have that. We have to be able to explain why it matters that much to us in a sense. And again, I that's why I at least appreciate you for the fact that even if we don't see eye to eye on something, at least you can be like, yo, but this is why I don't or whatever, other than just be like, yo, man, this is something stupid or whatever, this and that. So it's I mean, I don't know, man. We're in a weird space and a weird time when it comes to like politics and stuff because everything in life is changing. Where it's like politics used to be a different game. It used to be the way they played it was differently and stuff like that. And I'm always a person that I'm honest. I didn't pay attention to it until about 2007 when Obama was running and stuff like that.
Well, I was a little earlier.
But even
that was like Kerry. I was Kerry.
Even before that, I'm about to say, even when the second time Bush ran, I was watching it a little bit more, but I didn't participate.
I was 04.
Yeah, I didn't participate still. But it's just like, it's. I don't know, but the way everything changes in life right now, we don't talk about sports the same. We don't talk about this the same. We don't talk about a show the same.
It evolves.
Because it's evolving because everybody gets a microphone and everybody gets a phone and everybody gets this and everybody puts their thoughts into all of these spaces, whatever. When I think back in the day, we probably just literally however we came across our news or our thoughts or whatever, or the people that was in our circles and our spheres or whatever, that's kind of what shaped our thought. And it was probably smaller, and now it's way more expansive because we got access to everything. So I just feel like the landscape right now is just one of those in those really weird spaces about things or whatever. But I'd rather have somebody that's into it a little bit more and kind of have their own thought process or even if you don't, you got your reasons why. As long as somebody can tell me like, yo, this is why I say that, then I'm cool with that. Then we can walk away from it. I'm cool with that. It's the shit of I'm not doing this because of that, and you ain't got no reason for it. So that's just that. It's just for me.
I think once it starts creeping, like like the migrant crisis, we don't give a fuck. But I don't know if y'all hip on, like in New York City, you cannot get a hotel room. This nigga has said all migrants are welcome and they can get free hotels. So they have taken over the hotels of New York City. Niggas are coming from other countries, no money. Taking over the hotels in New York City. You can't even get a fucking hotel room. Because he said all migrants are welcome. That's something that's not at our front door. But that's something that Mayor Eric Adams, if you see, he got an interview on Breakfast Club, but he was talking about it. Where I didn't get a chance to watch the interview yet, but I want to watch it to see what he got to say because I haven't heard him like respond in a forum like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just the shit once it starts to knock on your front door. And with us, the only thing that's starting to knock on our front door is little stuff not little stuff, but in the area of interest rates and groceries, goods. And you're like, hold the fuck up now. Right. Like, what's happening? How does it stop or go in the other direction? And who the fuck got the best plan to make this stop? Because if it don't, it could get off the rails. I mean, we talking about mortgage crisis from years. I mean, this could get bad, man.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Real talk. And this is my first time jumping in. Because actually, I've just been listening to y'all getting educated on certain shit. That's why I've been so quiet. But it's even to the point at my job. we just had a meeting for like the past like couple weeks about as far as goods and as far as different stuff, and we have removed 2 major products out of the company
because of the cost.
Because of the cost.
I'm telling you, dog, the cost shit is
And
crazy.
this is shit we'd be making for over a decade, 20 years.
Nigga, it's starting to affect the way we educate our kids because the cost of shit. It's crazy. It's going. Everything is a business. It's starting to cost too much to educate our kids. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yeah,
goods and services are starting to cost a lot of money, man.
We're getting ready to, without being specific, let's just put it like this. We have 3 major buildings in the same vicinity, around the corner. Effective in about 6 months, they are closing one of the buildings completely to cut costs.
Yeah, you got to.
And they're taking a certain products over to a different country to have them make it because it's cheaper. Like, this shit getting real. Which means
and I'm
loss.
And I'm not saying this is what I'm not voting for the nigga. I don't think he's a good person. I think he's a racist. I also think the niggas is a bully when it comes to trade. And he don't let niggas take advantage of America when it comes to trade deals. So both are true. He's a racist.
You can always say things where 2 things are true. Yeah.
But you ain't got to send your businesses across the country when you fucking with a cutthroat. Anyway. Speaking of cutthroat, I know we a few more minutes to get up out of here.
I know I got a whole nother topic too.
Real quick. I don't know if it's gonna be quick. I'm sorry. Speaking of cutthroat, Kendrick,
I
Lamar,
really want to talk about this.
Kung Fu Kenny.
I want to talk about this.
I'm just excited. This reminds me of like basketball players or somebody that's like, nigga, I'm the GOAT, nigga.
Right.
Fuck y'all big 3, nigga. It's me.
Yeah, I was listening to them songs on my way up here today.
A million times.
Yeah. So Kendrick, the overview real quick. Kendrick hopped on the Future song like that on the album that just came out last Friday.
Yep.
And so he in his verse he expressed this dismay. His dismay, his petulance at the audacity of. But no. Honestly, I was talking to Kalisha about it for real, and she listened to it. She's like, what's the diss or whatever. It's like you kind of have to know. You kind of have to know, like even nigga, just go listen to First Person Shooter.
Yeah.
Like it's just if you take First Person Shooter, which is the song by Drake and Cole, and what's that? Is that on the dog? What is it? The album for my dogs only, whatever, the Drake album, whatever. It's like people. I think on the surface, people are taking that record from Drake and Cole to be like, oh, well Cole actually said, it's a big 3. This and that. No, if you listen to the lyrics, like honestly, it's 2 niggas on the song, and we are a show that just a month and a half ago, I sat here and said on this couch and said I didn't see this out of Cole. I didn't see Cole becoming this artist that he is. Cole is one of the best out here, if not the best, arguably out here right now. We just sat here and said that on the show.
I gotta check him out.
But you got this song where they're talking about these little things where it's like, and I know Cole has the line in there like, people arguing about it, which is a nod to Jay on where I'm from, where Jay said niggas argue all day about who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas. So he has the line in the song and on First Person Shooter. It's like, people arguing about who's the best MC, whatever. He's like, Kendrick, Aubrey, or me, or whatever. And that's when he's like, yo, we the big 3 right now, or whatever. But it's like, but they spend the whole fucking song basically talking about it's me. The beginning of the song, Cole is talking about, the numero uno thing or whatever, like the 3 of us or whatever.
Yeah,
and
Aubrey or me.
Basically said, I'm not, I'm not number 1 or whatever. And they talk, all the lines of the song, we the Spider-Man meme and we pointing at each other's name. They spend the whole song talking about how they're the best. Let's just be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you don't want to listen to it and actually dig into lyrics or whatever, that's what the fuck they do in the song. You know what I'm saying? And so I get Kendrick, who's sitting out here chilling in California somewhere, being like, okay, my nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? It is. I get it. I love the way he flipped shit in that song. I loved it. Drake ends the song on First Person Shooter. He ends the song with the whole thing about being like, okay, I'm 1 away from Mike Jack. If you sitting there saying like, I don't know if it's 1 hit, 1 album or whatever, it's like, and Kendrick kills him like, nigga, Nigga, Prince outlived Mike Jack. My nigga, Cole. Kendrick came out shooting in the song.
He did,
I
nigga.
love Kendrick for the fact that nigga sat there and said, man, fuck subliminals or whatever he said. Nigga said first person shooter. Nigga goes in. I am talking about y'all. It's almost like when the Meg hit dropped a month and a half back or so. And we sat here and talked about it on the show, and we talking about this is what rap is, and this is how we talk and whatever. I love Kendrick for doing it. I love Kendrick for coming out and being like, yo, I'm going to come say the shit. And it seemed like he had more, his bars to me was more generated towards Drake than Cole or whatever. But it's just like, I love Kendrick for the verse. You know what I'm saying? And if they want to come back with something, I can see Drake coming back with something move faster than Cole.
He ain't ready.
Cole don't move. Cole moves like one of the GOATs move, and I say that in the sense of he move when he want to move. He put out an album when he want to put out an album. He drop on a verse if he wanted, like almost like Jay move right now, or whatever. I can see Drake with a response, but if y'all want to have these debates about who got better flow, let's talk about that. But I enjoy Cole for. I enjoy Kendrick coming out and putting out a verse of this being like, fuck y'all, fuck your big three, it's big me, all those subliminals. The thing about the stick and I'll drop my location. And then Drake says it in the first person shooter. Bro. Drake says it, all that shit. I enjoy Kendrick for doing that.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Look, I love all three. You know, just my opinion. Just my opinion. I know a lot of people love Cole. I don't think neither one of them niggas wanted with K-Dot.
No, they don't want to fuck with Kyle.
They don't want it with K-Dot, nigga.
No, nigga.
I can't see it happening because when that nigga put out Control, that's when I first fell in love as far as the diss and the shit. He did it on Control. He talked about them in Control. He named all them niggas and said, I'm trying to murder you niggas. I don't want to hear another verb or noun from you niggas. Like, but I'm telling you, bruh, they do not want it with K-Dot, bruh. I'm telling you.
See, I think one of the problems with Kendrick is that he suffers in a small part from the early Eminem shit because he can change his voice and the inflections and it sounds like he's being silly or corny or something. You know how Eminem used to be with the voices, whatever. It's even when you listen to him on Like That, he does that a little bit. Yeah. You know, and I think people be like, oh, what is this? Whatever. Kendrick will wrap your ass in a circle.
Hell yeah.
Cole will wrap your ass in a circle.
Cole,
I don't think Drake will last much.
Cole will wrap you under the table. I think Kendrick wrap you in a circle. But his verse on that, you got to hear Cole verse on that shit with Yachty. You ever heard that song with Yachty? Oh my! I gotta play it after this. It's one of the hardest verses I ever heard in my life, man.
Yeah.
But you're right. Cole can rap you. Cole can rap you in a circle.
Oh, he can.
Yeah.
He can.
Kendrick just hit him with a hood version of like, hey, this is my nigga. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. That's all this was.
Right.
This was a hood version like, hey, my nigga, man, nigga, don't dap to me, nigga. That's what that was, and I love that energy, nigga.
I love
Don't
it.
come over here with that bullshit,
He
nigga.
did
I
the
absolutely
Soulja Boy
loved
when
it.
he was in that little hood acting like he was a blood.
Yeah.
Nigga was like,
Nigga, you can't, nigga, no, nigga, you can't come to the hood, nigga. Oh, I love it.
I absolutely love it.
This is the thing. This is what I'm not about to go back to our previous conversation, but this is what annoys me about the social media age. I love social media on one end, and this is what annoys me about the woke side of social media and the woke side of the whole world we live in right now. Is hip hop was not made to make you niggas feel safe. It was based off of niggas beefing.
Yep.
It was MC versus MC, DJ versus DJ, and who's the fucking best? It is the foundation of the goddamn art. So these niggas be coming out, man, why they gotta beef on song? Nigga, it's rap music. Why they trying to beat each other on the basketball court? Just ending the time.
It was bros in New York doing that, beefing. I mean, that's what it is. It's been that way for a minute, man.
There gotta be a winner and a loser. It's what hip hop is, man.
And at the end of the day, it's gonna be subjective, but it's like,
yes,
you know, but
every now and then, if you know hip hop, and like in this situation, I think everybody generally knows. This is between Kendrick and Cole.
Yeah.
I think everybody generally knows Drake sit this one out. It could be subjective, but everybody knows if Drake say something,
But see,
Drake can't. Come on, man. Drake, he ain't got no
I
business
don't-
This
here.
nigga
I
still
don't-
coming up from air from Pusha T, nigga.
Yeah,
I was about to say that. I'm about to say Pusha has some stuff. Yeah. Drake, just be happy to me, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Be happy being the big, huge star that you are.
Exactly.
The people don't fuck with you in a sense because you are talented.
talented as fuck.
You are and you have made hits and hits and hits or whatever.
But you're not a rapper.
But if you had to really sit there, the way beef used to be back in the day, where a song would drop and the world would stop for a second. It'd be on Funk Flex. It'd be on Everybody in New York, and it's on our.
And that's what happened with Like That
it's-
last
it's-
weekend.
It's on our mixtapes out here in the hood in
Yeah.
Cleveland, and you're playing and the shit like that. I'm talking about early 2000s beef, like the way when 50 was going at it with people and stuff like that, or even when Jay-Z and Nas was still going at it and stuff like that. Like the world stopped for a little while.
What you call it? What the fuck was it?
Cannabis.
Yeah.
The world stopped for a little bit. Like I don't know if Drake has songs that he's just gonna drop and it's gonna be bars and it's like, all right, I'm coming back with this. You know, I just
He
don't
can
see
only
it.
my bad for jumping. He can only talk about you. Like if he know, you know, you like that's why your girl got. You know, he could talk about you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he can wrap your ass under the table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where like Kendrick and Cole can pin some shit. You ain't got no dirt on you. But that was part of why I can't put Big or Tupac's shit and then Jay-Z and Nas at the top of the pile. Because they was just talking about each other. Which is cool.
Right.
But you know, I've skeeted on your baby's car seat. Like you just talking about some shit. Give me some penmanship, nigga. Like, pen some shit that's killing niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, dissect the niggas' verse. Like, Kendrick dissected these niggas' verses and double back. Like, one of my favorite lines from the shit ain't got nothing to do with the verse. That nigga, the part where that nigga, I'm reading the shit from up here, where that nigga was like, niggas clicking up but cannot be legit no 40 water. That's a hard ass bar. Yeah. Nigga, the click it was E40 and be legit, but niggas can't be legit. No 40 water. The 40 nigga, man, this nigga is on demon time.
Right.
Nigga,
he a deem.
God. You got the 40 nigga who fuck with Drake.
Yeah.
E40 and be legit. You can't be legit. Nigga, that is the click up. It's just that line right there is him digging into his bag.
Yeah.
It really ain't got nothing to do with like, nigga, that's why you light skinned and you held your baby till we. That's easy.
Right.
Like this is artistic. This shit needs to go in like the fucking Smithsonian. This verse
I
got fucking
love
layers.
Verse. I love his verse. I really do. I was listening to it on the way up here again. I played his song a couple times. You know, the Future joint in his verse. I played the first verse in Future a couple times. I even went back to where I'm from because again, the Drake line. I mean, I'm sorry, the Cole line. Again, it was an ode to the Jay-Z with the where I'm from. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And look, and let's be clear about this too. Even minus the artist. Let's give a shout out to the producer Metro Boomin. Mm-hmm. That fucking beat.
Yeah.
That shit sets the tone.
You right.
For that whole. And when that nigga come in that second verse, nigga, I know the people at my job tired of me because every time I pull up to the job, nigga, I'm bumping that. It be 6 a.m, nigga.
Yeah. Even the other part when that nigga said I crash out like fuck rap, I diss Melly Mel if I have to. This nigga's on demon time. He's saying fuck the whole genre, nigga. I'll go back to Melly Mel and diss him. Right. I don't give a fuck about rap music. He went into a different alternate universe.
You know what? He did exactly what we needed in music right now. That nigga has just like what was that verse Lil Wayne for that song he had? Nigga, I saved hip hop.
Oh yeah.
This nigga is on the tour right now to save hip hop, nigga.
Kendrick just dropped 81. And people are like, somebody need to come back. It's nobody else in the league that can drop 81 though.
Yeah.
So this might just sit for a minute. You know what I mean? Like Jordan a little too old. Jay-Z a little too old to drop 81. You know, he ain't really got no beef with nobody. This young nigga, Shaq left me. I'm Kobe, nigga. Fuck y'all niggas. He just dropped 81. And now we just asking niggas to drop 81 back, and you can't.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask y'all, do y'all think Cole gon'
I don't know if it's in Cole's nature to really do it. I mean, honestly, I don't know.
I hope so.
We hope so. I mean,
God, do I hope so.
The rap game hopes so.
Because What's coming out. He said What's on his way. Fuck his name of the album. The Fall Off. He says it's getting ready to come out. So maybe he tacked something on to the end of the Fall Off album.
Oh, and I also heard. I forget what I was watching. What was that one? Who knows if it's true? You never know. But what's that one white kid that has that? The shows they be doing when they just be sitting in front of their computer, Aiden Ross.
Yeah. I know.
He just said from a source that he know personally that Kendrick got a whole already diss song for Drake.
Oh yeah,
right there waiting.
Yeah, he ready.
He ready.
Oh, fucking love it.
This is my thing.
I fucking love it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If neither one of these niggas respond, I ain't got no respect for you.
Yeah, because
flat out.
Is what rap
I can't call you a real
It's
MC
rap.
because
rap.
every generation this is Jay-Z Nas. This is it.
And look,
This is it.
Yeah, and it's all in. Look, I'm not saying I hate you as an artist, but what I'm saying is when we talking about real hip hop,
and we talking
you
about
got to
top.
respond.
We talking about top. You got Biggie Pop. You got Nas, Jay-Z. At the time when this happened, this is like, nigga, this is LeBron Curry in the finals, nigga. This generation's, nigga, y'all the two niggas now.
You got to say something, nigga.
You got to do it. This thing went back to the 80s. Niggas been doing this forever, nigga.
Yeah.
When you sitting at the top, every generation got a moment where somebody, Jay-Z was like, I'm better than Nas, and it's in history, and you can't do shit about it. I won. Even though Ether is...
Ether, I mean, look, we know
when
Ether
Ether
killed.
dropped,
We
come on,
know it killed. We know it killed. We know it killed. We know it killed. We know it killed. I always say, but Jay hit you with the truth. Ether was a nice joke track. It's a joke track. Yeah, okay. But Nas killed that shit. Nas killed it. He killed it.
Each generation got one.
But that's my point though. If Jay and Nas,
can do it.
We talking about the juggernauts
at the top of the game.
If they can do this shit and go back, you got to respond. If you don't, then I can no longer look at you a certain time. Yeah, you can spit. You can rap your ass off. But nigga, K-Dot said, look, nigga,
fuck y'all.
The big three,
fuck
nigga.
the big three, nigga.
It's big me, nigga. What you gonna do about it?
That's one of the hardest.
That's the line from the song right there. I mean, that's it. That's it. Fuck y'all. It's
nigga,
me.
Nigga, it's just big me, nigga.
I love it.
Y'all spent the song when y'all teamed up, both of y'all in y'all verses. I'm telling you, just go listen to the song.
Yeah.
They both got spaces in the song where they're basically just being like, I'm number one, I'm number one, I'm number one, I'm number one. They basically got spaces in the song that he's saying, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
These niggas out here teaming up. Fuck y'all. It's just me. Nigga, imagine a nigga going to somebody's hood being like, fuck y'all. Nigga, this is my shit. And man, that's what he did on the song.
I love it.
That's what he did on the song. Okay, cool.
Oh, I love
it. They got to respond.
Cool.
They got to.
Ooh.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, man.
Y'all got a little energy in y'all for one more topic?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Have y'all watched the Freaknik documentary?
I fell asleep on it twice. Yes.
See, it's probably boring to people because it's like, I think people thought.
The first half, I thought it was going to be debauchery from the
That's
jump.
what people thought.
People thought, we got the name Freaknik from
yep.
Freak Out.
See,
no, nigga. Pussies was popping at Freaknik.
I'm a documentary person, so I enjoyed it because I'm a documentary person. But you're right though. Everybody thought it was gonna be like titties out and come on, baby. The whole time, everybody thought, but it's a really good story or whatever. I mean, I had so many questions in there. Maybe we can dive into a little bit more next week or whatever. But it's like, you know what's the craziest part about it?
I watched it.
You know what's the craziest part about it though is that you can't let niggas get a hold of shit. I got a lot of takeaways from, but one of the big things is that we know it as black people, but I don't think the general public knows how there's black people and there's niggas. Freaknik maybe would have never went to where it was ultimately at the end, but it wouldn't have went there that way. Whatever. It took like almost like a parallel path because it started that boring little thing of they couldn't go away to spring break, so they stayed there. They did a picnic in the park or whatever. Hence the Nick because it was whatever. But anyway, but the shit didn't get out of hand until fucking Luke came in.
Yeah.
And then it went because he saw something. He took advantage of a situation of something called Freaknik, and it can't be Freak without me there or whatever. He came in, and then all the fucking lunatics. I'm just gonna say lunatics for the conversation, but the niggas started coming in from everywhere, and then went from popularity even went further through the roof. But that also led to the end of your event because now you got motherfuckers doing shit that's just insane. And so like nobody's ever going. It's like everything we talk about with the artists and the Diddies and whatever. Nobody's gonna sit here and make an excuse for the people who was doing sexual assaults and all that shit or whatever. Like you can't even do that. But it was amazing to me looking at this whole documentary about this thing that would have been a dope event that maybe could still be going right now, but niggas got their hands in it, and niggas get their hands in it, and then niggas get their hands in it. And go get what they can get out of it, and then they disappear and leave the ruins there. And that's pretty much what happened with Freaknik to me.
Let me ask you a question, though. Just not debating.
Let's debate, man.
Do we have the same outlook when the white people had their spring breaks?
That's the problem I have.
But that's the point. They
got a lot of ratchet ass shit that go on with that shit all the time.
They made that point there.
You want to know? Hold on. You want to know how I know? Because I've been to them. It's the same debauchery that go
Titties
on.
out.
It never get talked about.
See,
it's not sexual assault when I'm tossing beads for titties in the
Mardi Gras. Yeah, but they make that point too. The problem that happened to another big hammer that came down for the whole event though was the fact that in Atlanta was the Olympics.
The Olympics,
because they had to fucking clean the whole city up.
Yeah,
and they had to change the whole dynamic of you coming to our city is going to be that. That was the other big shoe that dropped.
Was that 96? Was that 96?
Yeah, 96. The Olympics. Yeah,
that's when they built the underground, I think.
Yeah, so that was the big thing too. But it's like it's just. I don't know. I have a soft spot in my heart for something that's built from the ground up or whatever. Obviously, we've done that with this pod.
Okay, can we do this? Can we
Come on.
I agree with what you're saying to a certain extent. I think they did a good job of framing. Okay, have you seen the Florida Gator documentary on
the football
and then the Johnny Manziel documentary on Netflix?
I ain't want to watch it, but I need to.
Oh, by the way.
What they did.
Go ahead.
What you about to say?
No, I'll say, by the way, I do know that Martin, all episodes is on Netflix.
Yes, Martin and
by the
Jamie
way,
Foxx.
I've been watching both of them.
It's been on HBO Max, though.
Yeah,
well, everybody don't got HBO Max. Netflix is the go-to. I think everybody got Netflix.
Okay.
And Jamie Foxx and Martin on there now.
Yeah.
But I watched those, and you want to know what? Everybody tuned into the Florida Gator thing, nigga. Aaron Hernandez. I was watching this thing when they were talking about Aaron Hernandez, and he was like, he used to call Bill Belichick daddy at practice, and like dudes was like, listen, your locker is between Gronk and Aaron Hernandez. I want to let you know he's going to be like yanking at his dick and playing with it while y'all sitting there. Just ignore him. Everybody tuned into the Florida Gator documentary, knowing you had a murderer. You had fucking Cam Newton stealing shit and getting kicked out of school. But you know what they did? They spent the first hour and a half on Tim Tebow. He would put crosses on his face. Nigga, ain't nobody tune in for this shit. Y'all framing.
Oh, you mean like with the whole documentary?
Y'all framing.
Yep.
Listen, the Freaknik was about freaky shit. Don't try to frame. Whatever the fuck y'all was doing, can we tell the truth? Whatever they was doing in the 80s in Piedmont Park
or
with a couple
92.
students from other schools
Freaknik.
wasn't shit. It was called the Freaknik. The Freaknik ain't become the Freaknik till Pussy came and it was popping all over Atlanta outside of Piedmont Park. The fucking Freaknik never even made it to Piedmont Park. It was in the streets. It was outside of record stores. It was on the highway. They never, that shit in Piedmont Park was pod and R&B, nigga.
Right.
You know what?
Yep.
You know what's
You know what I'm
weird?
saying? Like,
you know what's
come
weird
on
about that when they
now.
was talking about the part about the traffic and stuff? It's like, do you know how big in essence Freaknik really was when you know how hard it is to shut down a highway in Atlanta? Like, we know traffic. Anybody, y'all live there.
Yeah.
Y'all live there. I've visited enough to know that, like to know that it was shut down. Like,
And niggas
like
just twerking on
interstate-
top of cars.
Like, and I was like, even the cities and stuff. Like, when you get into like some of those city limits or whatever, downtown area and shit like that or whatever. Like, the way shit was shut down. Like, I know Atlanta has bad traffic, but to literally shut it down. Shut it down. It's insane in that city. That's how many people were there in that city.
I was there every time that shit was going on, because I at least went to Atlanta as a kid from late 90s to late 80s to all the way through my 90s, and we couldn't even go in that direction because all that stuff was just, and we was kids at the same time. I got a question for y'all regarding this though, real quick. This comes for the people listening. This, I'm not trying to say anything about this or trying to be insensitive. Let me ask y'all a question. I seen a lot of women on that documentary. Documentary. Yeah.
Bit by a spelling bee. Nigga got stung by a spelling bee on that documentary, nigga. You a fancy nigga. That nigga don't watch documentaries. He watch documentaries.
I got a lot of thoughts in my head.
Fuck is y'all talking about, nigga? I don't watch documentaries like you peasants.
Hold on. This the bad part. Hold on.
Oh my God.
No. Hold on. This is the fucked up part about that. Is that I actually felt like I got it right when I said it.
Oh my God.
That nigga said a documentary.
Oh my God.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. So all my people in the feed, look, that was just a bad Playboy moment. All right?
Oh man.
I can read and write, very well. But
Oh my God.
I forgot what I was gonna say now.
I knew you was gonna think. Oh, the documentary.
This nigga brainstorm gonna say.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
The documentary. Okay.
I was pronunciating.
Woo. All right,
To
man.
the young ladies that went there, I seen a couple of them interviewing, and they were saying how, oh, this is this and this and that. I'd never come back to this, blah, 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 blah. Do you think anybody that attended Freaknik didn't have any prior knowledge of what go on down there?
Can you
In the
say
later
it again
in the
with
later
your
years,
chest?
yeah.
That was
in
the part that
later
was
years.
annoying me.
Bruh.
We came down here to hang out with our friends. Well, nigga, go to the library. What
In
the
the
fuck is happening here?
That's what I'm saying. In the later years, they had to know. Yeah. In the later years,
and
yeah.
look,
yeah.
once again, to those that were violated, I'm not being insensitive,
No.
but I found myself watching that D word, and I found myself watching the doc,
Yeah, there we go. There we
and
go.
I'm just sitting there like, you mean to tell me your girls that was there previously and your whoever previous years, y'all didn't know it was gonna be all this freaky shit going on?
I mean,
down here?
because
Your girl go over to some nigga crib. It was 2 a.m. I ain't want to fuck. What the fuck was you doing there?
I mean, 'cause you got to think about it. Like at that time, it's no social media, so you know about what's going on
Everybody
here
who knew
because
knew.
everybody's talking about it because somebody's been there before, and then they've talked about it with somebody that didn't been there that hadn't been there before, and then it just keeps it just keeps growing. It just keeps going. Facebook.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Brainstalker. I just got a text me and said, documentary.
Yeah, man, bruh. Documentary.
Nigga, documentary.
Hold on, it's spelled
Documentary.
T-A-R-R-Y.
Ooh, documentary.
I'm sorry, Brainstorm. I ain't mean to
But
cut you
no,
off,
but
man.
it just that's another thing that speaks to the growth of it because like it wasn't like we just put this thing up on YouTube and then everybody saw the videos and it's like no nigga, like people had to be there and it had to span word of mouth wise and stuff like that. So it's crazy. But yeah,
I need the Tubi version of this.
am I insane too? Cause y'all what? Am I insane that with the times too that it's just different? Even though the woman was dressed a certain way, is it just still different these days? Even Daisy Dukes was like, okay, they was short, but all right, but nowadays ass is out in shorts. Am I crazy by being like, yo?
Brainstorm. I'm telling you right now. I just want to say this. You are 100% right, and I swear I'm not gonna go back and rehash the conversations from earlier. But when you think about our grandmas and all them people, think about your family. Black people are conservative than a motherfucker. The older I get, the more conservative I get. You know what ends up happening when you let niggas do what they want to do? Those Daisy Dukes go from that to the shit I saw on goddamn St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I got to say. When did St. Patrick's Day become Ho Day?
When niggas got a hold of it.
I said, God damn.
When niggas got a hold of it.
Why is your nipples out on St. Patrick's Day? What that got to do with drinking green beer?
Or dressing in
God
green.
damn, what's wrong with us, man?
Niggas, man.
Like, but we act like we didn't grow up in houses where your mama would be like, if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. You know what I'm saying? We some conservative motherfuckers.
Right.
Or the shit of where you think you going wearing that.
I mean, where you think you going wearing that? It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, man.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right, so we got to do this before we get out of here real quick. Pod and R&B. Somehow, somewhere we just got to talking and shit.
Hey, this is my another one. Hold on. My bad. Hold on. Before we do that, I got one last topic.
Okay.
One last topic. Before we get into Pod and R&B Saturday. We're gonna get in that in 1 second. This is specifically the day though. Behind y'all, they can see it. The light is shining on a little bit. I will never forget. We was recording the pod.
Yeah.
We was recording the podcast on what? March 31st, 2019.
We were 5 years. And I think we were actually doing a now that you mentioned it, I think we were actually doing a what is not After Dark. What is it?
Oh.
What's our show? The one it was supposed to be your vehicle. Was it not After Dark? Is it After Dark?
After Dark.
After Dark.
Well, we was doing like what was the after show we used to call?
So we were doing After Dark because Callie was there.
Yeah.
Because she had lived in California.
And I think you got the news during it. We didn't know.
Yeah.
But I was listening to it the other day, listening to his album, and it's just insane that he titled it, to this day, it's insane he entitled it Victory Lap, of like, the essence of like the race is over and I'm taking like my victory. It was just so crazy. That should always be happening, man. With like that and Life After Death and Machiavelli. Like it's a weird title for an album, for it to be his last album. And what, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but what Nipsey meant to me as an artist, like I just really got into Nipsey about a year before he passed. And really, really with the album, that album for me is forever in my top 5. But like, if anybody want to, I don't know, just send me the song Dedication with him and Kendrick Lamar. But he embodied everything. Let me put this word right. Because he wasn't a representation to me. I wasn't a Crip or Blood who got out of the gang life. I'm not saying that. But for those people that we know like that from where we come from, he laid the blueprint of how to mentally break the chains. And then, even if you didn't go down the road of being a gangbanger or selling dope out, he still gave you the roadmap of how to mentally break the chains, man. And I would hear him, and we got to be honest, there's a cachet in our neighborhoods for a nigga, when we coming up, the nigga who getting it, who got a little bread, sell a little dope, maybe shot a nigga, them niggas got a mystique around them. Let's be honest. Right or wrong, they have a mystique. And for that person to take that knowledge, flip it, and begin to use those powers for good, and then verbally push that message to the people, it was I don't know. He was the authenticity, the rawness is fucked up that the life that he tried to leave caught him, and eventually was his demise. But everything Nip stood for kind of defined the struggle of the worst of us, man. And the shit that the nigga would talk about is undeniable, man.
You could tell he was on a whole nother level.
Man, it's just...
I think one of the things that got to me the most, or that I admired the most about him, is what you just speaking on as far as what he went through and the life he came from. Man, we are talking about a nigga from fucking L.A., rolling 60s, that could go into anybody's hood and get respect. And it wasn't off the nature of just like, oh, ye gangbanger. No, it was the fact of what the nigga was trying to do.
Yes, man.
That's why they respected him the way they did. And that's the one thing that I always remember about him, is that people respected and loved him. It's absurd that a hater had to really do what he did and do that dumb shit, but That's crazy. 5 years. That shit
years,
happened.
seems-
Feel like it happened just yesterday.
I know, man. It's like, and I don't been reading lyrics today, but this is. I know I'm reading lyrics, but this his last verse on dedication. First of all, one of the dopest verses ever. This last verse, when that nigga said, "Look, this ain't entertainment. This for niggas on the slave ship. These songs just the spirituals I swam against the waves with. Nigga, just don't even listen to nothing else. Nigga, this ain't entertainment, nigga. This is for the niggas on the slave ship. And these songs is the spirituals I swam against the waves with. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? That nigga is saying I was a slave on the way to my demise. I jumped off the boat, swam against the current, writing and singing this shit to survive, nigga. God damn, dog.
Yeah.
And then, but the nigga, the next line, nigga say, ended up on the shore, nigga. I ended up on the shore to my amazement. Like, I swam against the waves, nigga, and I made it. But then the nigga ended the shit. Now I hope this example ain't contagious. Nigga, what? I'm explaining to you how I did this shit against all odds, and I made it. But please don't follow my footsteps.
Right. Exactly.
Man, if that's not the fucking experience of my oldest brother, my cousin Mo, not you, my other cousin Maurice, my cousin Teddy Bear who passed, if that ain't the goddamn story of every hood nigga I've ever known. When niggas ask questions, damn, how you go to college? How you ain't sell no damn? How you ain't caught up in the streets? How those first 4 lines is it.
Right.
Every nigga in my life that did some shit like that, including my father, explicitly explained the route, made it, and made sure I didn't go with the same fucking example.
Right.
And if that is not the goal, then what the fuck is the goal? Mm-hmm. What is the goal? And we need more people who are doing that shit and saying that.
Hence the reason he said this ain't for entertainment, nigga.
Nigga, this is not entertainment.
Yeah.
God, that to me, that last verse of dedication, the first 4 lines of that, like I know they started like hip hop studies classes at different Ivy League colleges. There's verses on here that could be taught in college classrooms, man.
Yep. Yeah,
Whew.
that's crazy.
R.I.P. again.
Yeah, man.
R.I.P. to Nipsey is like, again, we've done the show long enough to know that, or to have had so many things happen,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and every time we come back on those anniversaries of things, we talk about it. But we've
The
done a show.
Kobe
We've done a show enough years to know what we were doing at a certain point in time, or we were on air when something happened and things like that. So, R.I.P. to Nip. Y'all were bigger fans of him and his work than I was, you know. So, but you know, I found myself going back and listening to a lot of his catalog and things like that, you know, after his passing and things like that. But I know a few people that were really huge Nipsey fans. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and I get it, and just hearing how people spoke about him after his passing and the work that he did and things like that, you have to respect it. Like, nobody's perfect. You know, you can't sit there and look at, well, he did this in his life or something in his past. Well, nobody's perfect, but at some point, light bulbs come on for people, and you start being like you said, you know, it's just, I might have done this, but I'm telling you not to. I'm telling you my story. I'm telling you how I did it. You know, so you ain't got to go do it. So
and make sure you don't do it,
bro. Songs like Dedication, Hustle and Motivate,
man,
Blue Laces, nigga, the way that song come on, period. It catch me. I get chills every time Blue Laces come. Is it Blue Laces 1 or 2? Blue Laces.
No, but that nigga's Hustle and Motivate, nigga, pull up in motorcades.
Nigga,
I got a show today. Nigga, what I'm trying to do? Hustle and motivate.
Nigga, that.
Come on, man.
When that nigga, hold on, when that nigga get to that second verse, nigga be like, fuck what they saying, I'm saying this.
Yeah.
I felt every part of that, nigga.
Hold on, I gotta find it. I gotta find that real quick.
Nigga, I felt every part of that.
The album is so...
Yeah.
I can't even
I play it from front to back every time.
Where the fuck is it, man?
I know it's in that second verse, Hustle and Motivate.
Who? Nigga, fuck living basic. I'm taking risks. Fuck what they saying. I'm saying this. Nigga, what?
Like, oh,
don't waste your time. It don't make you rich if you mean nothing, so fuck them. Let's make a... Man, listen.
Every time I hear that fucking song, dog, it literally motivates me. Like every time.
And it ain't even the lyrics. It's the way the nigga like, nigga, fuck living basic. I'm taking risks. Nigga, fuck what they saying. I'm saying this. Like, nigga, leave it like, oh, my bad. Let me hear what you gotta say.
You kind of look at it, and it's like it's the passion behind it.
Yes,
nigga.
nigga.
It's the passion behind it.
Nipsey rap like your uncle, telling you that the shit. Nipsey rap to you like your uncle or cousin or big brother who want to stop you from doing some dumb shit, and you got to go to practice.
Mm-hmm.
They don't sugarcoat it. He got a blunt in his hand. But if you don't do what he about to say, he gonna smack the fuck out you now. You better take your black ass to practice, or he gonna beat your motherfucking ass now. But he gonna tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it.
Yeah, man.
All right, yo, we got to get up out of here. We over 2 hours in, which is cool. To be honest, I wanted the 2 hour show today because we ain't did a show in 3 weeks. So even though we might have to try to clip this up a little bit and put a little video out there, especially
we got the first 10 minutes probably.
Yeah, that and that portion, and I also want to Yeah, we might have to put we got to put documentary out there. But like this, us talking about pod and R&B, like we don't have a video thing out there. So if we got to, if it's anything to get clipped, we may have to clip this up real quick.
Boom.
But pod and R&B is coming up this Saturday. It's April 6th. What's the address for 185th?
678 East 185th Street.
185th Street in Euclid, Ohio.
7 p.m.
I have to just say to people, man, like we're all at a specific age range where we don't go outside for dumb shit. Like going outside right now is like big for us in a lot of ways, unless you do people that just still live in the streets and you do a bunch of stuff or whatever. Like it got to make sense when you go out. So we go out for shit. We go out for concerts. We go out outside of the work shit or whatever. We go when a big concert come in or a nice comedy show, we'll go in. We might even go catch a movie if it's big enough when it comes out. Speaking of which, the new Bad Boys trailer dropped. It actually looks fairly decent. But I think I don't want these niggas to start getting to the unbelievable realm. But anyway,
anything let me shut
but
anything Martin do.
But with pod and R&B again, we're in this older space of things where like we going outside has to mean something. I know you went to the Trap and Paint was the last night or whatever, but it's just this is an event that is a really fun time. I mean, I know it's us sitting here talking about our event, but I wouldn't get up and go outside for nothing that was some dumb shit, and I would actually go to this if it wasn't my event. It's a good time. If you like music, if you like R&B, it's a good time to be out. It's enjoyable. I got Facebook friends that have some of the best topics sometimes and actually have some good conversations spawn from her. This is the event that's for you. Right. Legitimately, it's your event. It's us coming out here having a good time with our peoples that's in our age range. You ain't got to worry about niggas gonna shoot this shit up when it's done and nothing like that. It's a good time. Pod and R&B is the event that y'all need to come to, so we really want y'all to pull up this Saturday for Pod and R&B starting at 7 o'clock. 673, 185th? 678, 185th. Waking Dreams, Waking Dreams Creation Studio. Waking Dream. I always put it as Waking Dream Creation Studio in Euclid, Ohio. We really want y'all to pull up.
Absolutely, man. It's gonna be a dope time.
Shout out to everybody that bought tickets already. Tickets are on sale on Eventbrite.
$15.
$15, man.
Link is on our
food, drink, everything, man.
The link is on our IG page. It's in our bio. When you go to the little website thing, the link is there for the Eventbrite. I'll probably put it up on our page, on our DMST page on Facebook this week, just so you'll have it there.
We had a nice gallery walk for some art that the homie Michael Thompson is gonna have up at his space. Let's call it that.
Right.
Because they being technical in Euclid about what we call it. So at his space there'll be art up. You can art up for purchase, art up to look at. We'll still have R&B music going after the show. Chill, vibe, mingle, talk.
Absolutely.
Check out the art, chill. It's gonna be a good time.
It's grown and sexy, man.
Yeah.
It's a dope vibe.
Yeah, I gotta still buy something to wear, but you know. Yeah.
You know what? I realized. I think I got a pot and R&B outfit, and I'm wearing it every time. You know what? I know what I'm doing every time.
Yeah, I purchased something.
I'm going black on black with the peak with the trench. I'm doing it every time.
Yeah, I purchased something too.
I'm not. If I go off, it'll be something. It'll be a variation of that. But that's my pot and R&B outfit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm wearing black also.
All right. So we hope to see y'all there again. If you buy the tickets in advance, it's $15.
Door
at the door
20.
it's gonna be 20. So just go ahead and buy it and pull up. Again, it's an adult event. Come out and have a good time. We haven't done one since August. And if you've been to them in the past, you know it's a good time. So we hope to see y'all this Saturday.
Absolutely.
All right, Playboy, give them all your shits.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, it's Playboy the DJ, Playboy DADJ. You can find me on Instagram under Playboy_James3. You can find me on Facebook under my government. If you know me, then you know me.
They know you.
And you can find me on all DMST boy platforms, man. Really looking forward to this pod in R&B. It was a great show, man. We see y'all Saturday, man.
All right, Dev, give them all your shits.
Man, listen, it's a real big, big Dev, man. Do what needs to be done. What needs to be done, whether you like it or not. It's real big Dev 216 everywhere, man.
Everywhere, Nick.
Everywhere. All right, y'all. DMST16@yahoo.com. Questions, comments, concern, feedback, all that good shit. Again, we love to see y'all on Saturday. Please pull up. Please come out. And if you got questions about the tickets or anything like that, just don't hesitate to reach out to us on our DMST platform. So just reach out to us with a message. So thank y'all for tuning in to episode 378, this documentary, otherwise known as a podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in this week. We will catch y'all this Saturday and this Sunday, man. We'll be back with our new show on Sunday, man. So it may be cloudy today, but the sun will come out tomorrow. And as long as you are here under the sun, live your life to the best of your motherfucking ability. I am DJ Brainstorm for you on all social media. That is DJ Brainstorm, and number 4, the letter.
You.
Better go document some shit, man.
What would Jesus do?
Yeah.
Right.
He'll move that rock, nigga. Let's get out of here, y'all. Peace, y'all.